Hello, everybody. Welcome in to RAMSASS. I know we're just getting started here, so I'll give it a moment. And I'll give a moment for the outfit. I'm going to zoom myself in just a little bit more. I need to be larger on the screen. I thought I'd put on my Sunday best for our first RAMSASS. I hope everyone likes it. This is going to be a very, very serious stream, as you might be able to tell. It is the first RAMSASS stream. This is the premiere of RAMSASS, also known as Robotgoat's absolutely maniacal substitute for Atheist Sunday School. So welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, my congregation. It's so good to have you. Thank you, Andy. The outfit, well, I'm wearing sweatpants, so you see what matters. Morning, Leslie. I hope I didn't keep everyone waiting too long. I did try to go live at noon on the dot. Thank you for sharing. Much appreciate. Am I filling in for Mezzo? Yes. Mezzo unfortunately came down with a case of having children, so he is attending their soccer game. Oh yeah, business up top, tie-dye yellow sweatpants on the bottom. You've been excited to see my ass all week. That's what Joshua says to me all the time. Welcome in, yes. As promised, I stole Mezzo's files, including all those, like, pesky baby photos of his kids, whatever. He doesn't need those anyway. I got what was important, though, right? Which was all the ass backgrounds. Thank you for the heart maze. So we're having a very serious Atheist Sunday School today. Joel might make a stop by. We'll see. He's very, very busy. I was gonna say playing in Mezzo's kids' soccer game. I don't. I just imagine Joel out there just kicking the absolute shit out of children on a soccer field. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that. It's a very serious stream today. Very serious. Not like Mezzo at all. Just my opinion. It is my opinion. That's so true, bestie. It is my opinion. Love the look. Thank you. I spent some extra time on it today. Moira Rose vibes. Technically, this is part of a Nadja cosplay of mine. So, but I get a lot of use out of it. I wear it whenever I can. I've worn the jacket to concerts. I've worn the undershirt whenever I can. So, it is lovely to see everybody. Are we able to see the guest request box? Hi, Queen. Thank you for the heart me. I just want to make sure everyone's able to request if they want, because, as you may or may not know, sometimes I'll let Atheist up to say a little something something. Since this is Atheist Sunday School, hosted by Robotgoat, so we got RAMSASS. Not the box, but the little people, yes. As long as the little people are there. What is Atheist Sunday School? It is a weekly show that used to be hosted by Mezzo. But as I said earlier, he came down with a bad case of having children, so he's at their soccer game now, as he will be on most Sundays. So, Ass is now RAMSASS. It's a little show where we're going to do some community building, talk to some atheists, talk to some believers, and just have a very serious time. Without goofs or gaffs, you know? I know that warning's up there. Ignore that. Mezzo put it there. I told him not to. I screamed at him and he did it anyway. So if you would like to request up, I will have a little chat with whoever would like to. Well, not whoever. There's some people I would not let up, but odds are you're not one of them. Hi, everybody. Thank you for the follow. Mezzo never follows instructions. Yeah. That's what happens when you ask a man to do anything. Did I see a rat soup join? Is it 18 plus? Yes, it is. Joshua asks, how do I join? Sorry, I meant a different Joshua. But you can press the little blue and pink people button. What style is this? I got this from a Victorian store. Yeah, it's RAMSASS time. Why not agnosticism? Atheism seems to require proof. No, that's a misconception. So agnosticism is just about knowledge, whether or not you think we can have knowledge of God. Atheism is just whether or not you currently have a belief in God. Thank you, Tahir. I accepted the request. Hello? Hello there.
Hi. I'm
Hi, how
getting
are you
over a
doing?
cold, so
Oh,
I'm
that's all
I'm
right.
getting over a cold. So I've always been interested into knowing how atheists see, um, I don't know, like religion, or I guess you would call it spirituality or whatnot. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I am curious.
I understand. I come from the position of being a former Christian myself. Um, so I grew up very, very religious. Now I kind of see religion as something that people use to comfort themselves,
Mm,
because sometimes people prefer comforting lies over painful truths.
okay, I understand that. I too have come from a very spiritual background, and I wanted to learn more about other religions to see where the correlation was. And I I've been troubling myself with understanding what modern day so-called Christianity is supposed to be versus the core understanding of all these other religions are very, very similar. And I just respect it as a whole. So I'm still learning.
Okay. Well, when it comes to the Bible is going to be full of contradictions and inaccuracies and atrocities. So I think it's definitely not a very trustworthy source for any sort of moral guidance.
Mm. I logically speaking, I can't even argue with you there. I'm just kind of, I'm sorry, I give it my throat, but I'm just asking these different questions. But thank you for answering the questions. And yeah, I've never seen this on TikTok before. I'm new to TikTok, so I've
Ah,
never
well,
seen
usually
this
there's
on
a different
TikTok.
person hosting. This is the first one with me.
Okay, I will definitely be sure to follow up the next time you guys go live.
All right. Thank you so much, Ray. It was nice talking with
Thank
you.
you. You too.
Messa was healed. He doesn't need glasses anymore. Yeah, so Breezy, instead of guessing the word, decided to just like have Jesus transform Mezzo into this. So, Peg the Patriarchy, that is a great question. How is everyone's Sunday going so far? There hasn't been much yet lately, right? Like, I woke up pretty late, just enough to put on makeup and frilly clothes. This does kind of like restrict my breathing a tad bit, but that's fine. That's fine. I didn't put on a corset though. Emmy, you have a paper to do tonight. You should do that, but you're welcome to listen along while you do. Love the outfit. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it. Rat Soup will set my course. I'm sure you will. Is this a normal church outfit? For me, it is. Oh, I don't know who this. I don't know why someone.
Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Hey, yeah. I thought we talked
No,
about
it's
this,
just
right?
it's embarrassing because I'm wearing the exact same outfit. I'm not even gonna put my camera on.
Okay. Well, I
That's
appreciate you
so
doing that because it would
weird.
absolutely humiliate me. I think maybe like one of us should change, and like I do have my camera on, so like maybe
So you probably should then. You might get a lot of people to come watch this stream if you do.
you want me to take my clothes off.
No, I'm just saying that that would when I do that on my stream, it
Oh, when
gets a
you
lot of
strip on,
viewers.
yeah, I've seen the highlights. Um, yeah, I would. I am wearing sweatpants below. Are you wearing sweatpants below?
I literally always do. Every time I've ever worn a suit on a stream, I do actually have sweatpants full of. That's true.
Yeah, no, these are
Yeah.
tie-dye yellow sweatpants that I got down below. But Mezzo, thank you for being here. I was just telling everybody that you were transformed into me, so now they're going to be very confused.
No, well, I transformed into you, so I'm over here hanging out with my kids as you, I guess.
Oh, that's nice. Did
So
it scare
they
them a little bit? Were they
no, they
like,
like
ah?
it better. They were sick of me. This is better
Oh,
for them. So
hey, that's cool. I mean, I don't want to be a parent, but if you want to be a parent as me, I won't stop you.
yeah, I feel more inclined to kick them a lot. Is that something that you like feel about children? Like you want to
Ooh,
drop kick, like pick them up and kind of kick them?
I usually use the word punt, but that
That's
works
it.
too.
That's the word. Yeah, yeah,
Punt, yeah.
yeah. And it's
Yeah.
working. Like they are behaving. I'm just kidding. I can't say that. I'm gonna get the police call.
I know you got soccer cleats in that house.
That's true. They don't fit me. I tried. I remember having to wear cleats playing soccer, and uh, you never like think about it. At least I didn't. That
Mm.
after the game, you're gonna want to go out for snacks and ice cream or whatever, and then suddenly we all become tap dancers. Like
Yeah.
we go from soccer team to a tap dance troupe real quick.
I did track and cross country, so we had spikes, very similar but not quite the same.
Ah.
Would definitely forget about it sometimes and accidentally put holes in different types of floors.
Track is the best real sport of what the Olympics should all be. Like all the Olympics should just be a race. All the ones that have judges shouldn't be Olympic sports, in my opinion.
It is very opinionated. I just want to see who can do things the fastest.
Yeah, what's the highest to jump? What's the farthest run? These kinds of things. Not like, well, according to these three weirdos who spend their life watching ice skaters, and like which song choice you picked, like all these other things that get involved are so weird.
If you were gonna do like a free skate, what would your song be, do you think?
Oh, that's a good question. You want to make it about ice skating. Like you want to find a song
Do
that's
you?
about the topic.
Or
Yeah,
is
so
that
they
too
don't,
meta?
well, people are going to get confused like what you're doing
Oh,
if
they're
it's
gonna
not
be like,
like
why is this song about like
we're
falling in
ice
love with someone?
skating,
Is
we're
that,
on the ice skating, something like that, you know?
yeah.
Oh, this is awkward.
Oh,
Hey, buddy.
hey.
Wait, what's awkward?
Mezzo,
What's wrong?
Mezzo, did you tell Robot what we were wearing today? That was our this was our dress code for the day?
You got the
No, it's
sweatpants
weird,
too?
right?
Yeah, like I thought it was just us that we were going to, remotely dress like Victorian people,
People,
and now
yes. You can say
Yeah.
whore.
is that the look?
Yeah. Putting
Wow, you
the
really nailed
horror in
it.
I'm
Victorian.
Jack the Ripper's next victim.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness,
that's
Jack
me.
off the Ripper. This is crazy.
I hardly know her.
I'm not even going to put my camera on. This is really uncomfortable. And let me guess, we're all wearing our soccer cleats right now?
Yes.
Oh, well, mine are spikes.
Unbelievable.
They are distinct, but
Oh,
I
you
can
didn't
prove it.
have.
Listen to this. Click, 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 clack. Hear that? That's on the
Oh,
floor of the ice cream
wow.
shop.
Fred
yeah.
Astaire.
Thank you.
I honestly forgot I was wearing them. Ruined the linoleum around here.
that'll happen. Yeah, that'll happen. I got carpet, so I'm just tearing it up, you know?
Oh yeah, cleats
Well,
on
listen, I
carpet's
don't
the
need to.
fastest mode there is. Like your cheetah
We don't
speed.
need to. Hold on, I've got a line. We don't need to hear what's under the yellow sweatpants. Now listen, I guess
It
Oh,
doesn't
is
about
match
the
the
carpet?
drapes.
Is that what it was?
yeah.
Well, Joel, hold on.
Um,
Sorry, I don't totally get it. Were we talking about like pubic
yeah, so what
hairs?
it was, Yeah, it was about pubes. It was
Oh, that's
referencing.
vivid. Thank you. Okay, I
Yeah,
wasn't
it was
totally sure. I don't always
yeah,
get the
just like
joke right away.
a
Stop
big
bringing up
bushy
Bush in
carpet.
Atheist Sunday School.
Okay,
Yeah, this is about ass, not bush.
we've done a few
Front
jokes.
C's, not back C's.
Yeah, no back bush. We don't
No,
want.
you got that backwards. This is
Fuck.
about backsies.
Sorry, I had Bush on the mind now.
You want back bush? One's in chat if you guys want some back bush. There's, but I don't want to bring up Bushgate again.
I was gonna say
but-
two in the chat if you want Bush back.
I mean, comparatively, yeah.
Mezzo
that where we
wants some
are?
back bush. All right.
I don't mean on my partner, but on myself, I like a little bit of a.
Okay, interesting.
It's comfortable.
It does buffer like a toot. Can I say that? Like without
No.
there's.
Take it back.
Sorry. All right, forget it. Look, we've done some jokes. We've had a few laughs. But I guess this is the time where
We talked about how Robotgoat is doing this unsanctioned, stolen live of Atheist Sunday School.
Yeah, I guess you
gonna say?
assume, Robot, that you think that it's time for like me to pass the baton because Mezzo would have passed the baton to me naturally, and now you expect me to pass the baton, and I think you would have expected that and like maybe done that before going live.
Oh, you didn't get my Discord message? Or
No,
did you just ignore it?
Don't accept friend requests.
Oh.
Typically,
just to be clear, I am going
fans.
to want the baton back eventually.
Well, that's how, you know, in a relay on a track, you hand it off, it goes in a circle.
Oh, I get it again? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I've always said that, you know, your baton is my baton is your baton. We have that relationship.
Mi baton su baton.
That's why I was
French
shocked when
expression.
Robot got the baton.
Oh, you're shocked that I... Oh, Joel, this is a drama with me. This is my beef you're having.
Well, I didn't know that you passed on the baton. I thought you would have passed the baton to me, and then I
Don't
passed
you remember
the
I
baton
did that
on.
once and you wore like a house coat? And now Robotgoat is showing you up by dressing
the dress
properly?
code, yeah.
It's
Did you even have
early in the
sweatpants on,
morning.
Joel?
It's not that
No, I don't
early.
wear pants. It's early. I never wear pants when I'm live. It's early in the morning. What am I supposed to do? Not wear a house coat?
Yeah, put on a formal attire, of course, yeah.
It is also 12:18 p.m.
I thought those are your pajamas, Robotgoat. You're telling me that you're
Sleep in a
dressed up?
coffin?
I sleep in a Victorian outfit.
All right, this is wild to me. This is like you got up and like did this?
Yeah. You don't like
Okay.
it?
No, it's
Why are
great.
you
No, it's
complaining,
great.
Joel?
No, it's perfect. This is
Joel,
wonderful.
I just wanted to do something special for Atheist Sunday School because I was so happy that Mezzo let me do it, and now you're.
Yeah, I'm glad we're circling back on that.
You're insulting
And
my
that's the
Mezzo-
point, is
regard.
when you let someone take over an important show, important component of your life, and then you treat it like a joke or don't like respect it, then you might
Or they
not get
copy
another
your
chance.
whole look that you guys were planning on doing with your best friend, and then if I don't know how you've like heard about that, and then you do this
It's the
fucking show.
cameras. I got the cameras.
Let's see if can I block? Oh, I can mute Joel. Okay, that's good. So yeah, just so you know, this is like total normal behavior for Atheist Sunday School. Joel will come up and like try to make it about him. He's gonna whine a bit. This is just something that part of the baton, right? You're gonna get a little bit of backlash from the guy who thinks he's the big boss man, but really kind of is like a sidecar character.
He's a little pussy bitch.
That's what
Is
I
that,
mean. Yeah.
would you in so many words can I get that
I
quote
would.
from you,
I
actually?
don't. I wouldn't say that. I
But
would
you
think
think
it.
it? Yeah.
I would think it like as loud as I could, and so other people could hear it. But that he can. I'll just invite him to come back here. Joel, you can turn your mic back on now.
What the fuck? This should be my show. This should be I was just screaming a second ago. This should be my goddamn show. And if you expect me to pass the baton, Robot, it's not going to happen, okay? I don't care how cool the outfit is.
Would you give me Hump Day Dump Day?
You already take Hump Day Dump Day. What the fuck are you talking about? You do late Hump Day.
Would you give it to me though?
and I never do Hump Day Dump Day anymore. I
Yes.
show up on a Wednesday. I'm like, can't say what it is.
It's
no song.
Wednesday.
It's just Wednesday today.
Would you?
Is that what you want?
I just want you to want that to happen. I don't want to actually do.
I
I don't want
will.
to do any. I don't like doing shows at all.
This isn't fair. I will give you anything you want. I will give anything you want. I will give you anything you want.
Okay, well, I want a little bit of backbush first of all, but then other than that,
I guess I got to grow it back now.
Did you just wax? Oh, that's unfortunate.
He doesn't dress formal, but he does do like a formal waxing before each show. He does take his body grooming very seriously.
Just like straight out the.
Yeah, he has his own setup.
You guys can't even see what just happened, can you? No!
This is weird.
So can you tell me how there's no God?
Hold on. I have a few questions that I
second.
ask every guest, Gary, if you don't mind. So can I get your name, age, and pronouns?
My age is 64 and my pronouns are Your Royal Majesty and Your Highness.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's not what pronouns are. Do we
Well,
need to go over the
those
whole Schoolhouse
those
Rock
are my woke
song?
pronouns.
Where it's like, pronouns are made to take the
Yeah.
place of a noun. 'Cause saying those nouns
So
over and
let's see
over
if
can
this is the
really bring you
same
down.
old thing again.
It's
Can
a
you tell me
groovy little
how
ditty.
there's no God?
No, I'm sorry, Gary.
Let's see
you
if
didn't
you're
answer
just
my
another
question.
fool on TikTok.
You didn't answer my question.
Okay, yeah, dude,
Robotgoat, do you know
you're
who this
acting like a
is?
15-year-old.
Oh yeah, Joel invited him up.
Okay, so I'm waiting.
Joel invited him up as revenge.
I got a question I need to ask him if I.
Okay, go ahead, Mezzo. Ask your question. He didn't answer mine, but maybe he'll answer yours.
Okay, I won't be back if you continue doing this. If you're going to be a little punk.
No.
I just have a
Oh
quick
no,
question
yeah,
for
you guys are clowns. Can you just tell me how there's no God? Are you this stupid?
I will absolutely, but can I?
No, I'm
just ask you
asking. I'm
something?
asking the host.
Dawkins,
Can
Mezzo
you
has a
tell me
question
how
for
there's no
you.
God?
It's only polite to answer. You didn't answer my question, so can you answer Mezzo's question?
Okay,
for
look,
me?
I won't be back if you're going to continue
I did
this
Atheist Sunday
childishness.
School
Okay.
for like over
Now,
a
if
year,
you're an
and you
adult,
never
act
came
like
to
an
one
adult.
of them.
Tell me how
ever.
there's no God, or I won't waste my time coming back.
You won't come to your grandkids' soccer games,
Okay.
and you spend.
I'm still waiting, host. Are
this
you going to
time-
answer the question, or should I
I
just?
did this show
Your
for a
son
year,
is
and you
reaching
never
out to
came
you,
once.
Gary.
You never
Okay,
came
have
once.
a nice day. You're just
This is a
another
chance for a
village
beautiful
atheist. Bye.
connection.
Don't leave.
Bye,
Don't
morons.
leave. Don't leave. That.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mezzo. I tried to make the connection for you.
Oh my god.
But I think we all need to take just like a moment to. Damn it! I think we all just need to take a moment to grieve that he's gone.
He hasn't even met his grandkids.
He'll be with us in our hearts always. I'm afraid I've let Joel know a joke that will dependably break me.
And I'm gonna need a little bit of time.
It's okay. It's okay. Yep. Take that time to yourself. I'll be here when you need me. And in case you need to pass any more batons. Randy, hello. Can I get your name, age, and pronouns?
Yes, my name is Randy. My age is 55, and my pronouns are he, him.
Well, alrighty. And what's your religion or lack thereof?
I'm an atheist, but I'm really intimidated about coming up after Gary got whatever we call
Oh,
him.
I know. He's very... I'm so scared of him.
Did he think that was a threat that, like, he's going to leave and therefore we need to comply with his whatevers?
Yeah,
was-
well, I'm very much dependent on him being in my lives, so...
Yeah, I could tell you were really upset when he went.
Yeah, I cried a little bit. There were tears running down my thighs.
Yeah,
So I hope he never comes back.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was hoping Mezzo or Joel would be up, but because they have you ever heard them joke about go do your atheisms?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a funny thing, and one of the times I went up in one of their atheist Sunday schools was was my question was, is it possible to do too many atheisms? And they said you got to have a quota, you got to really keep it, not too many because you could overdo it and burn yourself out of atheisms. But so it was a joke and everything. My daughter and I, who sometimes we have a hard time kind of connecting, started making it a joke between us. And we have since then, it's been like about a month, we've been doing it almost every weekend where we go and do an atheism and try to do a different atheism that we've never done before, but keep it low, like not too many atheisms. And it's been really cool. And we've been bonding. We went and played Frisbee golf in the park. We just made up our own course. And it's just, I think that you guys, everybody, the effect you guys have is always positive, and it's just I just really appreciate everything, this whole community, and it's awesome.
Well, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you, and they're responding in chat, so they are listening. I think that's a great thing. Yeah, go out and do your atheisms. Really, just for
started when
chat. Anyone, go out there, do something that you love that has nothing to do with God or religion or anything. Go do something fun.
Yeah. It started when we were all outside and there was a power cord in the front yard, and my son picked it up and my other daughter picked up the other end, and we started doing that group jump rope. We were like whole family and their friends, and I hadn't done it in probably 40 years, and we all started doing it, and it was like, okay, this is an atheism. And it was like, and then there was a neighborhood girl had done hopscotch on the thing, so all of us were like doing hopscotch. We're like, this is what we're talking about. Anyway, I just it warms my heart when I hear people doing things that don't have anything to do with religion, and it's just I thought I'd add that to them.
Well, thank you so much, Randy. I appreciate that so much. I am going to go ahead and let you go.
Thanks.
But thank you so much for coming up here.
Okay.
Oh, it's getting toasty in here. If I start getting sweaty, I might have to take off some layers. Ooh. Where's Dawkins? He's already gone. Oh, also, I wanted to give a shout out and a thank you to Doug. Let me make sure I... This morning, before I even went live, I got a Cash App donation from Doug for being the ass substitute teacher. So thank you very much. That is very much appreciated. Good morning, Pink and Blue Shark. What I'm wearing is hypnotic. What does the RAM stand for? It's Robotgoat's absolutely maniacal substitute for Atheist Sunday School. It's stolen from the Bad Bible Debates Discord. I can't come up with things on my own. You see what I'm doing? More people are saying Moira Rose. Bebe. But the goal was more, Nadja. No, Robotgoat's one word. Some people write it as 2 words, but it's one word, lowercase, no capitals. And, our RAMSASS just doesn't have the same ring to it. A portmanteau. It is. It's like a portmanteau. I put the words together. I just shoved them in there. Oh yeah, just those 2 O's specifically are capitalized. I need a mini Nadja doll. Yeah. Sounds like I said orgasmus. No, I would never say that. I would never say anything that has orgasm in it. Orgasm's ass? No, I wouldn't say that. Orgasmus? Fuck! There's no request box. Ooh. No, it's not our Gam's ass. It's Ram's ass. Guys, it's Ram's ass. I put on my best Victorian garb and sweatpants. Let's get this little stinky up here.
Probably just come occupy your box for a little while and make sure other people can see
You're
it.
welcome to occupy my box anytime. I am going to mute you, though, unless you have something to say. Yep. All right. You should see the request box now. Rat Soup does love my box. Rat Soup is up in my box all the time. But always by request. Hello there. Can I get your name, age, and religion? We're going to do religion instead of pronouns this time. Ooh. Can't hear you when you're out of the app.
Oh, sorry. John, 37, and atheist.
Atheist. All right. Do you have something to share with us about you and your atheisms this week?
Yeah. Or no, not necessarily, but more about deconstruction. I was curious because part of the interesting part about deconstructing is just hearing everybody's story. Because for some reason, when I did or started deconstructing, I thought everybody else who did had the same exact reasons why. But so real quick, mine was like I think biology in general, realizing evolution wasn't true because I was one of those annoying Christians who read all the creationist books and believed the blind watch the what was it, the mousetrap that wouldn't decide itself
complexity.
For the case for a creator, that guy's book. And I remember in 7th grade I went up to my teacher and after class I was like, if monkeys exist and humans exist, why is there no in between for them? And she just looked at me and she's like, I don't have time for this, and walked away. I was like, oh, I took that as a win. So yeah, very unhelpful. But then the final thing, I was sitting in, I think 10th or 11th grade learning about mitochondria, and I was like, oh shit, this whole time I think I was wrong.
The powerhouse of the cell. And you're
anyways,
like, oh God, it's not real.
Yeah. Wait, they have bacterial DNA, bacterial ribosomes, and they live inside us, and they have their own schedule? Wait, what? Okay, God didn't make that. So I ended up being a bio major just to like be 100% sure. I was like, I have to learn this hard. And anyways, it's kind of interesting once you get there. They don't even like try to prove evolution because every single example you learn just proves it on its own.
Correct.
So they don't even care to, even when kids like still fight them.
Fellow bio major here.
But I was curious.
It's a very similar story. I was taught young earth creationism. I was taught against evolution. So going into college, I was at a severe disadvantage compared to the rest of my peers because they had already had like formal education on the fundamentals of biology and evolution, and I had not. Which is a difficult place to be, but it also meant that I got to learn so much, which was so cool. And you're right. At that point, they're not trying to like convince you that evolution is true. They're just demonstrating for you how it's used in like every facet of science, especially biology.
Yeah. Like I remember my ecology classes, especially thinking that. But was there any evidence in particular where you thought, oh shit, I might have been wrong?
Not that like caused me to deconstruct, because I was already kind of in deconstruction phase by the time I started studying bio. I would say for me, just anything that went against the teachings of young Earth, right? Because it's like, okay, I was taught that carbon dating isn't reliable, but now I've done experimentation that shows that it is reliable. Or like I was told that all of our dating methods fall apart after a certain amount of time, and then I learned about like uranium lead dating. So the more educated I became, the more I was able to correct what I was told when I was younger. So I don't know if there's any like one particular thing, but there was a lot of times where I was like, oh, that's not at all what I was taught, you know?
Yeah, I guess I hung on to the one day could be like, 2 billion years for a while. Like day doesn't mean day.
Yeah.
I realized after a while, wait, I'm literally negotiating with every single part of the Bible. Why even still keep it? But yeah, fun stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, well,
all right, well, thanks for having me up.
Say a thing.
Yep, have a good one.
Have a good
Continue
one.
atheism. Bye.
Woo! Oh, we've got a treat next up. Hey, can I get your name, age, and pronouns?
I thought you were just doing religion instead of
Yeah,
pronouns.
not for you. You're special.
All right. Well, have a blessed day. Thank you.
All right. Bye, bitch. I knew that would get him. That's his pink kryptonite. Yeah. When someone's going to be that easily set off by just being asked their pronouns, what sort of conversation are we going to have, you know? It is always fun, though, when he tries to, like, argue about it. Like, why should I have to say my pronouns? It's just you and me having a conversation. That was Swayze's voice, by the way. Hey, can I get your name, age, and pronouns?
Yes, no degree required, age 50, pronouns he, him.
Sweet, we have the star of Godless Engineers diss track up here. No degree, how's it going?
Great.
So, welcome to Atheist Sunday School. Do you have a thing to say?
Yeah, I was curious,
Hey,
hearing all
engineer.
these grateful, joyful deconstruction where all of you atheists are just coming together in the name of atheism.
We love coming
But
together.
I wanted to bring up something that I have noticed. Across the board is
Oh, good. We are
always
looking
the
for your
same.
input on it. Can you
Okay.
go ahead?
Yeah. So whenever I hear an atheist say they left Christianity, they said, like this previous guest had certain beliefs. I think he said something about, I forgot what he was saying there, but something about maybe they thought that certain lifestyles were immoral and sinful, maybe unaliving your child in the womb. What's that?
When did he say any of that? He just talked
He was
about,
saying, maybe I misheard what he was saying, but one of the consistent things I see is a drastic shift in the atheist morality when they leave Christianity. And they go to accepting things that under the Christian paradigm are sinful.
Like what?
So wouldn't it be reasonable for me to assume that
like what?
They didn't leave same-sex behavior would be one.
Yeah,
Unaliving your
that's
child
not
in the
sinful.
womb, things like that. Well, they saying that they believed it was sinful. They were bigots, they were homophobes, all of this and that when they were Christian.
I also had those terrible beliefs because of Christianity.
And you're saying now no longer that's a sinful, right?
Yeah, I don't believe in sin whatsoever, and I don't think that being gay
suddenly
is
sin
immoral.
stops existing. Yeah.
Right, because if God's not real, then sin doesn't exist.
Exactly. So my point here is, couldn't it be the case from my perspective? From the Christian perspective, when I'm hearing that, it's reasonable to believe, for me to believe, that you are doing what Romans chapter 1 says, suppressing the truth and unrighteousness.
Oh yeah, I get it. So getting given over to a reprobate mind or whatever.
Correct,
Yeah. So here's what I think. I think Christians are really, really desperate to explain away why anyone could leave the church or lose their faith. I hear it constantly. Oh no, you weren't actually a Christian, or you just want to live in sin, or blah 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 blah. The truth is, you don't stop believing that God exists because you want to sin. Because even if you just turned away from God to sin, you would still be believing that God is real. So for atheists who do not believe there is a God, they're not trying to get away from the judgment of a God that they don't think exists.
Okay, I understand that's what you're saying. I understand that's what you believe now. But since the Bible is saying God has made it clear in creation so man is without excuse, that God is self-evident, even children from the mouth of babes and infants, God has ordained praise. And we see consistently atheists saying, yeah, when I was a child, I used to believe God existed.
Why
so
is that?
This would
why do you think that is? Why do kids say they believe God existed?
They were claimed they're indoctrinated or something like that.
Yeah, they were told to believe in God. No one, we've never had an example of people innately believing or worshiping
Actually, we
God.
do. Scientific studies, now if you want to throw science under the bus at this point, but even scientific studies have affirmed that beliefs in God are very necessary or natural.
Which one?
Oxford's 2014 Oxford study where they looked at and took what's the 2014 Oxford study? There's been
Oxford did a
multiple
lot of
studies.
studies in 2014. Which one?
Well, I can't point exactly to it right now, but you can just Google
That's
Oxford
interesting.
study shows beliefs in God are innate.
Yeah, I don't really want to do your homework for you. So, like, which study was it?
Oh, I just gave it to you. I can't name
No?
off the number of the study at the moment, but
I
what
don't
I'm
need a
saying
number.
is,
A title would do.
it's been a title. Okay, beliefs in God are innate, or we're hardwired to believe in God, according to Oxford study.
Beliefs
That'd be
in God
are
are
innate,
ornate,
or
or
we're hardwired to believe in
we're
God, according to Oxford
hardwired
study.
to believe in
In
God.
God,
It's interesting that an Oxford study would have in its title, according to an Oxford study.
Well, I don't think it actually. I'm saying that you can find it through this Google search.
So you're not actually
Yeah.
giving me the. You're not giving me the name of.
No,
the
I'm not
study.
giving you the actual
You're just trying to get
name
me to
of
do
the
your
study.
homework for
Yeah, I
you
don't
again?
remember. No, I've already done the homework. I just can't remember the name of the study.
Right.
But what
you,
I'm saying
you'd
here
think
is,
that you'd like know that. If
I
you're
mean,
gonna,
I
like,
wasn't planning on bringing
cite
that
it.
up. What I'm saying is that, but atheists unanimously will say, yeah, I used to believe in God when I was a kid. I no longer
Not
believe in God.
unanimously.
Well,
I've met many gold star atheists who have never had any.
I've been debating atheists for 15 years, and with the exception of just a small handful, most will say this.
Okay, well, that's not what you said. You said
The
every time without fail.
Dilettantes, the Justin deconstructions, the
Yeah,
joyful
you
apostates,
said every time
the
without fail,
thinkers.
and now you're like, oh, let's move that goalpost a little bit. Most of them.
No, I said every time without fail, they will
Yeah,
have.
and now you're just saying that there have been times where that did fail.
No, you're not. That was a different topic. You're not paying attention. Every time without fail, every atheist that leaves Christianity, their morals shift. I've never seen one that the morals didn't shift.
You said every time without fail, atheists say that they used to believe in God as a child.
Okay, well, maybe I misspoke there. Maybe I meant to say that every time without fail, their morals shift. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That could have just been a misspeak on my part. But my point here is, wouldn't it be reasonable, since atheists, by their own admission, admit they used to believe in God as a child?
Not all of them.
This is what we would expect to see under the Christian paradigm.
Sorry, but you can't establish a causation when it doesn't apply to all of them. I would also say that leaving Christianity makes your morals better, because you actually hold personal moral standards instead of trying to default to the moral standards of a god.
Okay, I know. I don't disagree that you're going to say this. What I'm saying is, from my perspective,
you don't disagree that I'm going to say this. Thanks.
Yeah, from the outside looking in, it's reasonable for me to conclude. It's reasonable for me to conclude that they don't have a good reason to not believe in God. They just suppress the truth and unrighteousness. That's
what
I'm
about
saying.
The fact that the Bible's full of contradictions and inaccuracies?
Well, I mean, I don't think that they would be able to really defend that.
You don't think I'd be able to defend that there's contradictions and inaccuracies in the Bible?
No.
Interesting. Has anyone ever seen the face of God?
Yes, Jesus.
That would be God. So has anyone seen the face of God?
Sure. Now I'm sure they have.
Well, just like in general, right? Because the Bible says
in
no one can look upon the face of God and live, but yet at the same time we have examples of people looking upon the face of God and living.
Well, yeah, that was true. That's what they thought. That they thought they were going to die because they saw an angel of God and stuff like that. Yeah, and God did not kill them. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's written in the Bible. So
but it's also written in the Bible that they literally wrestled with God and they didn't die, right?
Yeah, so what you're talking about would in fact be a contradiction.
Okay, so maybe it's just saying no one has ever seen God in all of his glory and lived.
That's
Is
not
that
what
possible?
it said, though.
Well, there's two different ideas here. You see God incarnate, Yahweh, who comes down to Sodom and Gomorrah, speaks with Abraham, stuff like this. And then you see God in all of his glory. So could that be possible? Is that a logical resolution?
Well, here, Exodus 33:20, but he said, "You cannot see my face, for no one shall see me and live."
Mm-hmm. But
so
also
it
says
means?
Moses spoke with God as one face to face, correct?
That's interesting. So the Bible
So
both
do you think
says
that's a
that no one
contradiction?
can see the face of God, yet the Bible also says that Moses saw the face of God. So we have our P being no one can see the face of God, and not P being someone has seen the face of God. What is it
Well,
called?
it actually
Hold on, no degree. What is it called when you present a P and a not P?
a contradiction.
Yeah, that's what it
But
is. Thanks, I
but it
forgot.
doesn't actually say he literally saw him face to face. It says as one face to face.
Didn't you just say that he did? Are you
No.
you're retracting that now? Because that's
No, I'm
a
not
really
retracting. I'm
quick
saying
backpedal.
I hope you've got that clip because that's literally the words I just used. But my point here is, let me ask you this. Are you saying that it's logically necessarily a contradiction, that it can't be resolved in any way?
If you present P and not P, that is a contradiction.
Okay, so my question is it a logical necessity that is a contradiction? That's a simple question. Do you know what that is?
I'm not sure what you're trying to ask there,
Okay.
because again, if you're presenting P and not P, you're going to try to like come up with some way where words don't mean words, which Christians love to do. But when you present,
atheists love to do that when it
when
comes
you
to Isaiah
present both,
53 as
no
well.
one has ever seen the face of God, yet here is someone who's seen the face of God. That is a direct contradiction.
Okay, so what you're telling me is the author of Exodus said at one point no one's seen the face of God, and then just prior to it is talking about same author, right? The same
God,
author,
supposedly.
the same author contradicts himself later. Is that what you're saying?
The Lord said to Moses, "You cannot see my face, no one shall see me and live." And the Lord continued, "See, there's a place by me where you shall stand on the rock, and while my glory passes by, I will put you in the cleft of the rock, and I will cover you with my hand
Unfortunately,
until I pass
I'm
by."
getting a phone call, but I come back again sometime. If I come back in, I'd like for you to answer the question I asked, but I got to go. You have a good day.
That's interesting that you have to go right now. All right. Engineer, I'm sorry, I was going to let you up, but he had a phone call. Hey, engineer, sorry about that. He had a phone call. I cannot hear you if you're speaking. Hello?
Hello. Okay.
There
yeah.
you are. Oh, your teacup now.
Yeah. So sorry, I was having to turn my volume up and I accidentally took a screenshot. Man, I was hoping that I'd get time to ask him what he thought about my diss track.
I did mention it to him.
Like I was just gonna be. I know. I heard. What did y'all think about the diss track? Did y'all like it?
Straight fire.
Yeah. Okay.
Joshua's muted
well,
right now.
I liked it a lot.
Okay,
yeah. I'll have. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I was just that. I guess that was my atheism for this week, was putting that up. So that was fun.
Dropping some bars.
Actually, I actually created my own web application that automatically generates the videos from transcripts and using FFmpeg. Anyway, there's a bunch of geek shit. I'm actually in the middle of picking up groceries, so yeah. I'm in the middle of picking up groceries. So I'm not driving, obviously, but yeah. So I wanted to come up and ask him about that, and say I'm glad to see y'all still doing the ass. What is it? The RAMSASS.
Now, yeah. Welcome to RAMSASS. You ready to ram your ass?
But yeah, so awesome to still see this happening. So I'm gonna drop back down. I'm gonna be listening and everything. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. I'll probably be on live later.
Hell yeah.
Not sure, but yeah. Anyways, I'll see everybody later.
All right. If you guys aren't following Engineer, you should be, and go listen to his diss track against No Degree Required, so we can all hate that fucker together. Woo!
Oh yeah, and also everybody, I do also have a Darth Dawkins diss rap on my channel too.
What a time to have them both appear in the first RAMSASS.
Yeah, I know, right?
We got the all-star lineup.
Yeah. All right. I'll see everybody later.
See you around. Yeah, Darth was up here very briefly. He got really mad at me because I asked him pronouns. Hey, can I get your name, age, and pronouns?
Cat Mama, 47, she, her.
All right, and what religion are you, or lack thereof?
Gold Star Atheist.
Woo! We got one!
And
sorry, you
fellow
don't
redhead.
exist. I'm sorry. That must be hard to hear.
And fellow redheads. So I think redheads are like 7%
It's not
of the
natural, though.
population.
It's not natural.
Oh,
I'm a
well,
liar.
okay. I won't tell anybody.
Thank you. I appreciate you keeping my secret.
No problem. I wanted to come up to say that I appreciated your top of the hour with Mezzo, but
Thank you.
I hope Joel's not here. I'm not saying that it was better. I just wanted to let you know that I appreciate it.
You can say it was better if you want.
I don't want to. Joel was very sensitive.
Oh, I know Joel's very sensitive. You can say it real quietly.
Oh, I think I have a phone call.
Oh. No, my goal is never to try to like outdo either Joel or Mezzo. I think they're personally, I think they're some of the best at what they do. I think they're the best at what they do. And I'm just happy to be here. The fact that I got this above my head now, that I got this baton has been passed to me. A baton that could have had so many hands on it and instead chose my hands for the job.
Nice hand job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I try.
All right, everybody, keep doing your atheisms.
Keep doing your atheisms. Thank you for coming up, Cat Mama.
Thank you.
Hey, babe, I'm sorry about making a hand job joke.
You will be.
I am starting to sweat in this jacket. I know there's like makeup around this collar, but I am also wearing like a cross choker. So we're gonna undo some buttons here, be a real whore. Yeah, some collarbone in this ram's ass. What'd I do with Mezzo? Killed him. Killed him dead. Alright. Nadja vibes. Yeah! Rat Soup and I have actually gone to a convention as Laszlo and Nadja. Well, as Nadja and Jackie Daytona. A normal human bartender. He was the one who got me watching What We Do in the Shadows. I didn't love the movie, I'll be honest. Didn't love the movie. But I like the TV show. I genuinely think having a woman around makes the humor so much more palatable for me. Just Nadja being there changes so much for me. But that's not quite related to Atheist Sunday School. So while we're jamming, while we're hanging out waiting for our next Christian to arrive, maybe we'll get some more of the All-Stars, but for now, oh no, it ends in 9/11. I chose a bad time to bring up this goal. If you want to make this not end in 9/11 anymore, throw a follow my way. Thank you. Fuck, thank you. Happy RAMSASS. Happy RAMSASS. Are we ready to ram some asses? 98% of our goal. We're trying to hit it by Monday so we can go get a little cake. That would be great if you guys can help me get a little cake. Joshua already gets plenty of cake. It's weird making jokes about you when you're up here.
It's really disrespectful, actually.
Ah, I love disrespecting you. Let them eat cake. Fuck yeah. I'm the them. It's a prime number? Is it really? No, it's even. You lied! Hello, hello. Can I get your name, age, and pronouns, please?
Hi, Diane, 53, she, her. and I am
Wonderful.
neither a Gold Star or a Christian.
All right. Well, which would you say then? What are you?
Yeah.
What are you?
I don't like labels, but I would say maybe more agnostic. Like I don't really care either way, but I don't think that I was raised Catholic, but I never liked the dogma, the rules, like that never made sense to me. I thought that if there's a God, it should be your own personal relationship with the God.
Yeah.
And so I continued to believe in God for a long time, but then I realized that that the idea of God that I had came from the Bible and Christianity and Catholicism. And then when I really listened to, deconstructionist lives and stuff, it made me realize that what I thought God was doesn't exist, can't exist. And anything else that I might believe in doesn't mean a God exists anyway. So I would say I'm agnostic. Like I don't really, yeah. But what I wanted to say also, first of all, your shirt. Sorry, I was gonna say it looks even better open. Actually, it looks like a really nice shirt now with the collar
It's
open.
definitely from ordered online somewhere. I don't even remember where I got it, but I do like it. I should wear it more. The collar does kind of choke me out though, but I like the ruffles. But yeah, it's interesting. You kind of
I wanted
that,
to come up.
Sorry, our delay is messing us up. I'm just
No,
gonna
go ahead.
You mentioned that like deconstruction content kind of led your decision or led your like introspection in some way.
Yeah, because I still believed in a God, like kind of more from a spiritual perspective. But when I started realizing that my belief in God does come from religious stuff, and that the God of the Bible doesn't make sense, I just kind of let it go completely. It doesn't make sense to me that a creative being would, allow just dysfunction and just the whole thing. Everything that, people talk about on these lives, I agree with. It doesn't make any sense at all to me anymore.
Yeah,
but this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I have a lag. I don't usually have a lag, but the study that guy brought up, the 2014 Oxford study, I looked it up real quick, and I read the sort of not the introduction, but like online. There's a synopsis or like a summary of what they talked about, and basically what it says is that children are born, like we're born with like we're more easily believe in duality, so it's more easy for children, but that's probably like brain development, right? But it's more easy for children to believe in supernatural powers, so then it's more easy for people to believe, like for kids to believe that there are gods. It also doesn't say that this proves the Christian God exists. It just says that when we're born, we're malleable and we are more likely to believe in the existence of gods. It also says like they tested toddlers, like 3 and 4 year olds, and showed them a closed box and asked the kids if they thought their mother would know what was in the box that's closed, and they all thought they could. And then as they get older, they don't believe that anymore because they understand limitations. Yeah, so of course the studies these people bring up are never what they say it is, but I just wanted to mention it, like
well, I appreciate that. Yeah,
hopefully he's listening. Please read the heart. Yeah,
just given the claims that he was making, that there wouldn't be a scientific study that demonstrated what he was saying, because he was trying to make like almost a causative claim. So just obviously, if there was any studies in that area, it wouldn't be about like proving that we are born with a belief in God, right? Because any belief has to be developed. There's nothing that says that people just all of a sudden are like, God is real, without any sort of external influence. But that would also be insanely difficult to study, because you would have to keep the children isolated from the moment they were born to be able to make sure that there were no external pressures that caused them to start believing in God. So I'm like, there's no way that he has any sort of legitimate study that says what he thinks it says. But when they come in, they're like, well, it was proven in a study. I'm not going to tell you which one. Look it up. Like, fuck that,
Yeah. I did look it up. It doesn't say what you think it says, sir.
Usually how
So
that
anyway,
goes.
that's why it came up.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you for
yeah.
coming up.
Anyway, great job. You are hosting the fuck out of the Sunday School, Atheist Sunday School. Well done. Well done. Yeah.
Thank you, Diane. Very kind of you to say.
Have a great day.
You too. I wish I had a piano. I don't play piano, so if I were to do like a top of the hour, it would just be like strumming on ukulele. Which I could do. I could play a song on ukulele if I look one up, but I would have to look up chords because I don't think I have any memorized anymore. Let me see. You have a piano? I don't know how to play. My canceled apology song written? Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's not the top of the hour right now. I know it's the wrong time for top of the hour. But like in the future, your undergrad is music ed. Hell yeah. I know one that's very, very easy. I'll play it at a different time. Couldn't be a wrong or top of the hour time. You're so right. Yeah, I'm sorry that you guys thought that's what I was suggesting. I would never ever suggest that. Cool. But I do have a little song ready when it is time. Hey, Ian! Welcome in. We're at least 36 minutes away from top of the hour. That's a long time. We'll know when it gets here, right? You feel it. You feel it in your bones when it's top of the hour. But the only person I have in here right now is Rat Soup, and Rat Soup has a terrible sense of time. He's actually time blind as well as color blind. He does not know the difference between seconds and hours, so I'm not going to ask that of him. It would just be cruel. So we're hanging out. We're having a good time on this Atheist Sunday School. There's people chatting. You'll feel it in your ass when it's time. You'll feel it when it's time to ram that ass. That's what we're doing here. Welcome to RAMSASS. Are you ready to ram your ass? Well, we've got a little bit of a break here. Let's see where we're at. Oh, look at that! It's no longer 9/11. Do y'all think that we could maybe try to get this to 99% by the end of stream? Do you think that's possible? Yeah, look, it's pollen season. I'm in the south. I'm gonna be sniffy. I'll start taking some like Afrin or something, but barbecue sauce or honey mustard for chicken. People who've been here a while know why that is a cursed question to ask me. Sour cream. Sour cream is the answer to your question. I eat mine with sour cream. I know a bunch of people just left. No, look. It's a nostalgia thing for me. Oh, fuck the sweatpants. When I was younger, my grandparents for some reason only kept like sour cream to dip stuff in for like chicken nuggets, so I would dip chicken into sour cream, just plain sour cream. And that's where we're at. Ugh, I kind of want to like take the jacket off, but the jacket's so cool looking. But I don't know how many more buttons. I don't do the Afrin for a long amount of time. 3 days. That's the rule. Chicken strips breaded in sour cream and onion chips. No. Ooh. Better than a dry nug. Yeah, better than going in dry. We can all agree on that, right? We can all agree on that. Look, my culinary tastes are not great. Same with my music tastes. They're very strange. But I'm not gonna say that I'm wrong. You know, I think I'm right. Sour cream is a good dipping sauce for chicken nuggets, and if you try it, you might find that you like it. So that can be your atheism for the week, trying chicken nuggets with sour cream. Sour cream's like $1.29, so I don't feel bad encouraging people to get it. How do I ground that? Oh, I grind against it. Sour cream with a tiny bit of garlic and onion powder and a little paprika. That's too many tastes for me, Ian. You gotta keep it to like one taste. It's gotta be it's gotta be a fucking homogenous ass mixture. You don't think you've ever dipped chicken in sour cream? You should try it. You should try it. It's actually pretty yummy. I don't know why we're not getting Christians. I guess they're all at like church or something gross. Well, except for Dawkins and except for No Degree and except for Swayze. I guess they're not at church today. I wonder why that is. Interesting. So let's try to encourage some Christians in here. Let's tap the screen. And today we're going to share with someone who needs their ass rammed. Share with someone who needs their ass rammed. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to ram some ass. This is RAMSASS. Fuck yeah. I love when I give super weird share suggestions that I see a bunch of shares come through. Yeah, y'all got some freaky friends. Oh, Hannah Grace! Oh, God! How many of your friends need their asses rammed? Oh, no! Also, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, my Discord, get on that. You can find the link on my page. Come hang out. Do I eat Doritos? Yes, but really only Cool Ranch. And I love that you shared with the people who are here. We've got Meeks in the house. Hi, Meeks.
How's it going?
Can I, real quick, I mean, I've already said some of this, but can I get your name, age, and pronouns for chat, please?
Yeah, Miko, 39, he, they.
All right, Miko. And I already know this, but again, for the chat, what is your religion or lack thereof?
I'm an atheist.
All right, welcome up. Would you like to say a thing?
Yeah, I owe you an apology. I did some thinking and realized I have heard you say many grats lots of times.
It's much appreciated.
You're welcome.
You son of a bitch. Ah! Oh, we've got a live one, folks.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, can I get your name, age, and pronouns?
35, he, him.
What should I call you?
Truth.
All right. Truth, how's it feel to be one of the biggest misnomers on TikTok?
I mean, so I go to different atheist chats and day in and day out, I bring the truth, but for some reason, you guys never absorb it and apply it to your life. So I'm gonna keep trying until I save at least one of you guys. So that's why I do it day in and day out. Because I know I'm speaking the truth, but for some reason, it's not sticking. But
Oh, hold on. Sorry, Rat Soup was saying something.
Aren't you the guys that defended baby murder?
Yeah.
yeah,
And grape. Like a
Oh,
lot.
you said yes to that. You just said
I'm
yes
not
to
gonna.
that. Okay, cool. Okay, just making sure. Just glad we're all on the same.
Yeah. I think most people here know truth. And they know the type of stuff that he's saying, so you know.
Okay,
It's
when
not
did I defend grape? Because first, it's not condoned in the Bible, and I've never.
It is in multiple places.
Again, can you refresh my mind as to like in what instance?
Sure. So let's start with like Numbers 31, for example, when God tells them to take the Midianite virgins for themselves, and how in the Bible there's another passage that details precisely what to do with women that you capture in battle. So we know that this would have been applied to those Midianite virgins. So they would have been forced to have sex with and marry their captors. That is grape.
Okay, so but in terms of the Midianites and other cases where the women were left alive, so after this war was ended or the Israelites won, they couldn't because if they let the women go, then that would have been dangerous on their behalf. For example,
Where does that necessitate graping them?
huh?
Where does that necessitate graping them?
No, but it's not great. I was gonna. So
Oh, it is.
basically,
Yeah. So having
no,
having sex with a person that you've captured is in fact grape.
no, it's not in this instance because
How?
okay,
How is it possible to have consensual sex with someone that you've taken hostage?
sure, easy to explain. So, all right, the war is ended. The Israelites win. The women are left.
I feel like you're
Oh,
not talking about how it's consensual to have sex with someone that you've kidnapped.
no, I'm explaining so you first got to understand the context of how to get to that
No,
point.
I understand the context. Just like you're again trying to explain away grape, right? Can we go with the
No,
fries
but you won't let
method?
me. I can't get a full sentence out before I get. That's
Because
why you.
you're diverting to some unrelated bullshit.
No, it's staying on topic. It's dealing with the
I'm sorry.
war.
I have someone here who wants to tell you a quick joke. Hey Claire, how's it going? Sorry, you have a question or something to say? You are teacupped, my friend.
But yeah, this is why atheists stay confused because they don't want to hear the truth. They just want to speak over when the truth is being put out. So this is why you guys never getting it, but
The
now I'm
truth that
getting.
it's okay to grape little girls that you take as captives? Yeah, I don't want
Okay,
to
okay,
apply
but can I
that
explain
truth
how it's
to
not
my
great?
life.
But it's not great. I'm trying to explain how it's not, but you don't want to hear it for some reason.
Yeah, having sex with children that you've captured is always going to be great.
Where did it say that? Where did it say that you could grape? This makes it worse now. Grape children. So it says save the girls. You have to remember the Israelite men had also boys or children, right? Do you know that, right?
That
Okay,
there were that some children are boys. Yes, I'm aware of that fact.
okay. So the girls and women that were spared. Okay, this girl here. Okay, my son. Oh, thanks for sparing us. Thank you. I know our dads and men lost the war, but thanks for sparing us. I thank you for your mercy. Sure. So, but you have to be with us now. And okay, thanks for sparing our lives. Thank you. My son, he doesn't have a wife. You could be with him. Oh, thank you for sparing. Thanks. That's what happened. The war
No,
ended.
that's not.
Unfortunately, that's what happens with war. Their
No.
family lost. They were spared.
Hold
Thank you for
on.
sparing my life.
Can I ask you
Thank
some
you.
questions, Truth?
Yes.
Because it seems like you're not having a conversation with me. You're having one with yourself. The girls that they took, were their mothers virgins?
Were they? No, of
No.
course not.
Okay, so their
Because
mothers would have been killed because the non-virgin women were killed. Were their fathers virgin girls?
no, they'd have been part of the war.
Okay, so would have also killed their mothers and fathers of these girls both killed. Brothers, if they had brothers, would those have been spared?
Um, According to what's written, it says, "Man, yeah, I would say no."
No. Okay, so someone comes in, kills your brothers, your mother, and your father, maybe your like grandmother and grandfather, and they're like, "Oh, thank you so much." That's what you're saying happened?
Yeah, because they understood a war was going on, a war. So
A
in the
war
context
or
with
replacement?
The Midianites knew how they treated the Israelites also. But you have to
Yeah,
read the
do you
context.
maybe
The
think that if
Midianites.
someone slaughtered your entire family, you wouldn't want to marry them?
I mean, but again, this is a case of war, and the Midianites knew that
Okay, do you think if someone slaughtered your entire family during war that you maybe wouldn't want to marry them?
that well, if I so you're trying to say if I was a woman and
Well, you too. If someone came in and just slaughtered your entire family in front of your very eyes and is like, "I'm gonna have sex with you now," would you be like, "Yay"?
I mean, you mean if a woman say that to me?
Anyone. If
I mean,
we can say it's another man.
but the
If a man,
context is
if a man
different. If someone is
slaughtered your
coming into your
entire
house
family in
and
front of your eyes and is like, "This is war. That's why I'm killing your entire family. Now you're gonna have sex with me." Are you gonna be like, "Yes, thank you"?
no, it would be different because, say for example, I'm in America and someone is coming in, go to someone's house and say, "Hey, this is war." You think they're crazy? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what
Okay,
war?
so it's not the fact that they like slaughtered your entire family and then they demand to have sex with you. That's not the part that holds you up. It's the fact that like you
No, because
think
it
they're
makes no sense.
crazy.
Like, why is this even happening? Like, okay,
Right.
like,
So if
if that was
so
someone,
if
they'd say, "Why are you
if
doing this?" Like,
you
it makes no
were in a
sense.
war zone and your entire family was slaughtered right in front of you, and then they declared that they were gonna have sex with you, and there's nothing that you could do to stop it, you'd be cool with it then.
I'm a guy, but I'm speaking from the perspective of yeah, the women were grateful they were spared.
They were grateful that their entire family was slaughtered right in front of them, and then they were forced to have sex with adult men. Okay.
That they were forced. No, so basically they was taken because again, if they let them go, they could have warned other nations, "Hey, the Israelites just finished with the war." Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Israelites?
So where did
Perfect.
the
I'll call the
yeah
other armies to
that still
destroy
doesn't
them. Thank you.
justify grape. So I'm gonna ask you a quick question. Have you ever heard of the Fry's method of consent?
The fries, like French fries.
It's an acronym, Fry's.
No, I'm not too familiar with.
Okay, so it's a model that shows what is required for a sexual encounter to be consensual. So the F stands for freely given. If you're being held a prisoner at war and you cannot say no to having sex with someone, is that freely given?
No.
No. Okay, it should be revocable. If they did agree to have sex with those men at any point in time, could they actually tell them to stop and have them stop? Could they have said, "I don't want to marry you," if the man decided that they were going to marry them?
Well, the Bible didn't say they forced, so I can't really answer that in that instance. But yeah, if that was to happen, that wouldn't be like consensual.
Well, in the passage in Deuteronomy that tells them what to do with women that they take as captives, it said that you were to keep her in your house for 30 days, shave her head, pare her nails, allow her to mourn, and then you can have sex with her.
No.
So at any point, could she have said, "Actually, no, I don't want to do this, I want to leave"? Is that something she could have done?
Yeah. No, it says then you could go in unto her. So before you even attempt
Into
to
her.
try this, no, not like actually go in unto her, like basically confirm
No,
that, hey,
that
you
is
want to.
precisely what that means. It means that you have sex with her. Go into. It is the word that means have sex with.
Okay, so you said they show compassion for 30 days, and after those 30 days, yep, now I'm a brutal man. No, that's not what it
Compassion.
means.
Yeah, mourn your family that I just slaughtered in front of you. How compassionate. So can you answer the question of whether or not they could have revoked their consent?
I believe so. Then they would have sent them on their way because if
They
you
would
also
have
read
sent
it,
them on their way.
if they said no, yeah, okay, this she don't want she don't want this, yeah. Because if you read, they said if you were a woman and you're not pleased, then you could
Yeah, that's if
send
the
her.
man's not pleased, not if the woman's not pleased. The woman has no choice
Yeah,
in it.
yeah. If the man wasn't pleased by saying no, you know what, she's not with this. Just go. Yeah, he would
It
have sent her
never
on the way.
said no. It never says that you have to let her go if she doesn't want to do it. You're coming up with a situation in which you think a man might notice that the woman doesn't want to be there and then he decides that he wants to let her go. That's a different situation than her having the agency to walk away on her own. So did she have the agency to walk away on her own?
Yes, by saying no, yeah, by just saying I don't want this, and
Okay, if she had said I don't want this, does the Bible say he has an obligation to let her go?
well, at that moment during
Very
the
easy
war,
question. Does the Bible say he has an obligation to let her go?
not right after the war, no, because that's a danger to the
No, so it's
Israelites.
not
No.
revocable. Cool. Next one is informed.
In that moment, but later
Next
on
one
it could be.
is sorry, we're on the next part of the fries. So the I would be informed. So in this case, we talk about how like children can't consent to having sex, right? So what was the typical marriage age of the time?
The typical marriage age of the time, I will. Probably 16.
16. So is it fair to assume that those who were not yet married were below the age of 16?
Those who are not married yet were below.
Since 16 was usually at the oldest, the age they got married, because it's really 12 to 16. But we'll set 16 because it's still gross either way. So those who had not yet been married were those who had not yet reached the age of 16, so they'd be under 16, right?
I mean, also could be older women that just weren't
Can you answer my
married.
question?
I mean, it's a possibility, yes.
It's a possibility. Is it
Yeah, that they
possible?
weren't.
So if they all got married by 16, you're saying, oh, it's possible that the virgins were under. Let me ask you this: a 7-year-old girl, would she be married yet?
No, you can't be with a 7-year-old. No,
Where's
or
it say
they
that?
can't. I mean, even so,
Where does it say you can't
with
be
the
with a
Israelites,
7-year-old truth?
huh?
Where does it say you can't be with a 7-year-old truth?
I mean, the Bible doesn't say you can be with someone that
Okay,
young,
cool. So,
but
so theoretically, a 7-year-old could have been taken and made a wife of someone during this war, right? And it wouldn't violate what the Bible says?
yeah. So I believe I read a verse where it says you could take, I believe the girls, but also remember they had sons. You raise them, okay,
Don't
and when
fucking
they
care
get to
about
this
that. So
age.
is it possible that someone could have taken a 7-year-old Midianite girl as their wife and it wouldn't violate what the Bible says?
No, I don't think they. I know no one would do that.
I'm
No.
not asking would they, I'm asking could they without violating the Bible?
Could they do that without violating it?
The answer is
I mean, they
yes,
can.
Truth.
I would say, yeah. If they, yeah.
Yeah, so that's informed. Can't be informed if you're a 7-year-old, right? So next is enthusiastic. If someone killed your entire family in front of you, would you want to have sex with them really bad?
I mean, so from the perspective of a woman in a war, right? It depends on the context. I'm not saying in that case either it'd be appropriate to say, "Hey, I want to have sex with you now," but in the
It's
case of a
interesting how you
war, right?
can't like directly answer questions.
No, because it depends on the context. Yeah, yeah, it depends
It
on the
depends on the
situation.
context.
Yeah, the
If
situation. Yeah,
if a woman slaughtered your entire family in front of you and then was like, "We're gonna have sex now," would you be like, "Yay"?
but that would make no sense. A war makes wars happen, but a woman is coming out and say, "What is wrong with y'all?" Call 911 and saying asylum. I'll think what is.
Oh my
So
god, okay. Imagine you're
yeah, that's a
hypothetically
bad.
in a war zone and a woman comes and slaughters your entire family and then is like, "We're gonna have sex now." Would you be excited about that?
So in a war zone, if a woman was to come in and slaughter someone's entire family and say, "We're going to have smacks now,"
Your entire family, everyone that you love, unalives all of them right in front of your eyes. They're begging, they're screaming, they're pleading for their lives, they're choking on their own blood, dying in agony. And then that woman turns to you and says, "You're gonna be my husband now and we're gonna have sex." Would you be excited about that?
I mean,
And you
no,
should
but
even think about that,
if I
Truth.
no, but if I see that, I'm gonna start. But no, I wouldn't like.
Correct.
Nobody would
So
want.
there
Nobody. That
goes
person wouldn't want
enthusiastic.
that.
So we're already down with the F, the R, the I, the E.
I don't know because the
Last
scenario
one
you're given
is
is kind of odd. It doesn't really. You just mentioned in
it's
the
like
same
what's
woman.
described. It's what's described in the text that we're talking about. So next, S, specific. I mean, you could argue that they could maybe consent specifically, like they could maybe specifically agree to certain things, but I would say that like being taken captive, you kind of don't like get to consent to specific things, right? You kind of just generally have your agency taken away. So you don't really have permission to say yes to certain things and no to certain things. Like if a man decides he wants to do a certain sexual act with you, you couldn't just say no, right? You kind of have to do it all. So you don't get specific either. So out of the fries method, we are 0 for 5. It seems like there's literally no possible world where this would be consensual, Truth.
No, you just can't get in a situation with a sane woman walk in someone's house and slaughter them and then you mentioned 7-year-olds, and the Bible never says that. I see where you were trying to get
Could
at,
it
but
have happened in this passage that a man slaughters someone's family and then decides to take the girl as a wife?
yes, but reading the
Cool.
passage
So
as it
the
is.
only thing I changed was the genders.
But why can't we just focus on the text? Why have to give hypotheticals or like? Why not just focus on the text? If there was truly an issue with the text, you should be able to like.
Because you
dismantle.
you don't think of women as like people with agency, so I have to put you in this situation to get you to understand how it would impact an actual person. Because no matter how many times I try to demonstrate to you that it's a little girl or a young girl, you don't really see them as like fully fledged people and moral agents. So you're not going to understand why it would impact them. I have to make it impact you to make it resonate with you at all.
Okay, but it says women and girls. Like,
Yeah, because women, you were considered a woman at 12.
and according to what?
According to like Jewish tradition.
Not really, because even a bar mitzvah for boys is 16. So if a boy,
No, it's
could be
not
a man.
16. It's 13.
So the bar mitzvah, what is that for again? I'm not too familiar, like, but what is that?
Yeah, it's the becoming an adult thing for Jewish
Yeah,
boys
so
and girls.
yes, correct. So even biologically speaking, if you look it up, it says even like physically, just with your own eyes, you can see that a man or a girl and boy physically stop developing at age 16 or 17. The way you look at age 17 is typically the way you're gonna look in your 20s.
None of
So
what
that's
you're
where it
saying,
stops.
no, none of what you're saying is in this text. You are completely adding to the scripture and saying complete nonsense.
No, but you're adding that they could get married to 12-year-olds. That's not in there. For some reason, you wanted to. You want to be weird for some reason.
That
I
would be
don't know why.
completely within the boundaries of the command that is given to them.
So it would be completely in the boundaries so you could marry a 12-year-old. And why is that so?
Because the boundaries are to take the virgin girls who have not yet known a man. It does not give a minimum age.
Don't you know that they have sons also?
Why do you keep bringing that up? It's completely irrelevant. We're
Like,
talking about the effect that this had on the girls. Again, why are you incapable of seeing women and girls as agents, as as people? You keep having to go back to talking about men to make this matter to you. And I think that's really, really telling, Truth.
okay, so let's switch with a man. Let's switch the role. Let's say, for example, there's a war and man was spared, and say, you know what?
Now
I
you
know.
might care about it, huh?
Yeah, let's say the war. No, man was spared, and the victor said, "We will allow you to live." Some people may disagree, not disagree, but reject it. Some may accept it, but here's your ultimatum: you could come with us and work for us, and yeah, that's all.
Not
Or
work
they could
for.
reject
No,
it and face
no, you got to make it analogous. You got to make them sex slaves.
a man to who to a woman.
Sure, to anyone.
Okay, sure. So there was a war, and the men were alive, and the women that slaughtered. The men said, "You could come with us. We know you lost the war, but that's how war is." And the man said, "All right, sure. Yeah, we lost, but okay, fine. I'll come with you. I'll be your
That's
husband."
not enthusiastic consent at all. That's not
Yeah, I mean,
freely given
yeah.
consent. That's not revocable consent. You can maybe say it was informed if they were adults. Certainly not enthusiastic and certainly not specific. So once again, not consensual.
Also,
Yeah,
not
but they
a
say
war, by the way, specifically a raid on the territory for
Yeah, it wasn't
resources and
really
people.
a war. It was more of just an attack. But I'm more concerned about the fact that Truth doesn't see women as people.
No, I gave the example of man also, and that's instant. I
Yeah,
said,
that's the only way that it would make sense to you is if you instead put men in that position. It's strange.
no, it makes sense. I'm just saying it would be the same for a woman. So I would switch the role for a man. I say, okay, some men would say, okay, sure, I'll get married to you. You allow us to live. All right, fine. We
Yeah,
lost the war.
that's still not consensual. That is acquiescing under threat of violence. That's not consent.
I mean, they could have said no.
Could they? What would have happened if they did?
Yeah, they more than likely to face the sword.
Yeah, so could they actually, like in a practical sense, could they say no?
I mean, they could have, but again, but for the own well-being of their army, they can't let them go out and warn other people or possibly make, strengthen others. Say, for example, let them
Yeah,
go an
again, I'd
hour
like you to
later, a whole
directly
army
answer
coming
the
after them,
question.
and they
Is it actually?
slaughtered.
I'd like you to actually answer the question. Did they have a practical option to say no?
I mean, according to what you're asking, I would say no. But
Cool. So not
like,
consensual. I don't know how many different ways I need to demonstrate to you that
I
this
mean, they
was
were grateful
consensual.
to be spared, and they become no the victor's
They can
husband.
be
But
grateful to be spared and not grateful to be graped. That is possible.
no, they could have said no later on. Just like if you read the verse
They
or the
could have
book, it
said
said
no
he
later
wasn't
on.
pleased. It said if you're
How
not pleased with
so?
her, let her
Yeah,
go.
that's
Yeah.
if he says no, not if she says no. There's no option for her to say no.
Yeah, you do think he would be pleased? Like if she said no, then what can he do? Like he can't grape her because grape is not allowed in the Bible.
He literally can. If it's his wife, he can do whatever he wants to her.
No, grape. No, in any instance, it's not. It's not okay. It's not
It never
permissible.
says anything about. It doesn't consider a husband graping his wife to be grape whatsoever.
I know in the Bible it says do not, neglect husband and wife come together,
No, that's
refrain
not
each
what
other
I
from
said. Here,
smacks
once again,
because
you're not listening to the conversation we're actually having. The Bible doesn't consider forcible sex with your wife to be grape.
what makes you make that claim?
Because it says that wives are to submit to their husbands in all things. It never makes any laws. Like, there's tons of laws about what to do about, like, if a virgin is graped, but there's no laws about what to do if you grape your wife. That's because it didn't consider it to be grape, because women were considered to be property, so men had property rights over their wives and could essentially do anything but sell them.
Wait, so then the Bible tell men to love your wives as God loved the church.
Yeah, again, they didn't consider it to be grape, so they wouldn't consider it to be wrong to
So do you
force
think
sex
Christ
upon
would?
them.
So do you think that would be Christ-like? So that shows you're incorrect because the Bible again tells you the man to love their wives.
And once again, they don't necessarily see that as something that would go against that command.
Of course, because everybody they knew grape was bad, whether
They
it was
didn't
your
see
wife
it
or
as
not your
grape.
wife. But I don't understand where you're getting this information from that they didn't see forcing themselves upon their wife as grape. Like that's kind of odd. Like I don't.
Yeah, again, women were considered the property of their husbands. They were to submit to him in all things. We know this culturally, historically, and textually that the men were the ones who were supposed to be in charge of their wives. Even like as far as the legality of it all, it was legal to grape your spouse until like the 90s in the United States.
Well, I had to read about that. 'Cause I never really heard that it was okay to grape, your wife anytime at will or at any point. But I know the Bible definitely there's nothing really point to where it would condone that or say it's okay. But I know that
I'd
again.
like for you to
It's
look and try to find somewhere where it specifically says that you can't.
sure. The part I just gave an example. Love your
That's not
wife as
specific.
Christ.
That's vague as hell.
I mean, that should be enough right there. Like, okay,
No,
will
it's
Christ
too vague because
will
again, if
Christ
they
do
don't
that? Of course
if they
not.
don't see that as an unloving act, then they don't see themselves as violating that law. That's why you have to be specific with the rules. So I would like a verse that specifically says that you should not grape your wife.
No, that's why you think, okay, will Christ, if he was to see that, will you think he'd be like, okay, sure. You gotta think to yourself say if I had a wife,
I'm not
right?
asking you what you think
And I'm
Christ
in a
would say.
mood. Okay, what would Christ think if he
I'm
was there?
asking you to
No.
find in the text somewhere it specifically prohibits having sex with your wife when she doesn't want to.
I can't recall a verse that specifically says do not have sex with your wife when she doesn't want to.
Yet there's rules about what to do when you find a bird nest on the side of the road. Isn't that interesting?
A verse, possibly. I don't really
So
remember that.
why would God feel the need to talk about like picking up sticks on the Sabbath and like whether or not you should move a bird's nest, but nothing about like, hey, don't grape your wives?
Yeah, so that could be explained also because again, even Christ healed on not healed on the Sabbath, but he saved. So an example of the Sabbath with the sticks, we don't know the intentions of that man's heart or what he was thinking. He could say, who's God? I'm picking this up. We know that we understand that man's heart. So that's why he was unalive. I'm just doing
So
this.
he
It wasn't
deserved
working.
to die for
Who
picking
cares
up
what God
sticks.
thinks?
Die for picking up sticks. That's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
No, but again, we can't analyze what he was thinking or was thinking in his heart. God, the God knows who's saying this. Who
So
killed
even
God?
if he was sitting there
I'm gonna grab these
thinking just
sticks.
all day long
And
going,
now he's
fuck God,
gone.
fuck God, fuck God, fuck
Still
God,
deserve to
like,
die.
how does God get hurt by this that he needs to kill him to get revenge?
No,
Thank
so
you for the corgi.
yeah, so God gave a command, right? And so again, he's merciful. He extends grace. But again, we don't know
We
what
don't
this
have the same
person was
definition of
thinking.
mercy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Mercy, I'm gonna kill you because you picked up a stick. That's woo merciful.
Yeah, we don't know what this person, how many chances this person had, what he was thinking in his heart. Who's God? Like I'm picking this. Who's gonna stop me? No one's looking. I'm me. I'm. You don't know what he was thinking or saying in his heart. How many chances he was given. So yeah, we can't judge like
Yeah, there's
God's action.
no circumstance in which I'd be like, yeah, that guy deserved it. Like I don't care what he was thinking about. I still wouldn't think he deserved to get stoned to death for
How
picking
many
up sticks.
men does God strike down for grape in the Bible?
How many men does? Okay,
Does he
so
strike down for grape? Because I don't think he does. I remember him striking a baby for being born, but I remember him striking the guy for having the sticks. I remember him striking the guy for touching the ark by accident when it almost fell over.
All those
But I
kids
don't
with
remember
long
him
white
striking any
hairs.
rapists. Just saying.
can you give me an example when someone was raped? Then maybe I can answer it better.
Sure, Bathsheba, and then David's concubines,
Okay, and you're
and then
so
Mary when she was impregnated by God.
and that's
And also all the
all three of those
Midianites we
examples are
talked about
terribly
earlier.
incorrect.
All the Midianites that we talked about earlier that for some reason you can't see as people.
And that also the fourth one also it's not rape. So
Or when they stole the wives from the Benjamites.
Or when in Zechariah God said that he would have people's wives raped.
and none of these, the only one I possibly point to, and it wasn't actually committed was in Zechariah. And I don't, yeah, none that shows rape any of those verses. Not one of those. You think Bathsheba was raped? No, she wasn't. King David told her. He said, he lusted after her. He went unto her, and she accepted his advances.
Yeah, so he literally goes, David, that's pretty much, I came, I saw, I conquered. And you're like, yeah, that says Bathsheba wanted it.
Once again, Fry's method. Was it freely given? Could she have said no? He was king, so there's a power dynamic, so no. Revocable? Could she have said, actually, king, I don't want to have sex with you? No. So
Yeah, she could have, yeah.
No, she couldn't have. She would have faced consequences for it. So, informed? Did she know she was going to get pregnant from this? Probably not. Enthusiastic? No indication of that. And specific?
I mean,
no
she was King
indication of that.
David. Yeah, so yeah. I mean, she probably wasn't enthusiastic. Oh, King David come like women. I'm not judging all women, but I've seen this. Like if a person has status, I'm not saying you. I'm not judging all women. I'm just being honest. I'm not saying all women are like this, but
Handsome man can great people. You're
no, even status. Like if you have money or the king, I'm not judging you all women like this, but it's very easy for a lot of men to get.
It kind of just sounds like you're super into King David, to be honest. Like
No,
it sounds like you're just really big
saying,
into his
oh,
attractive
these
features.
men were so handsome and their dicks were so big they couldn't help but say yes. Oh, they just wanted to hop on that big juicy dick. That's been your excuse sometimes. Like, are you? First of all, you're telling us a little something about yourself there, but also,
No, I mentioned status. I mentioned money.
Handsome and wealthy men can still grape women.
Yeah. But I'm saying that in a lot of cases, they never have to go that far. Like they honestly don't. And King David, he wouldn't. And in King David, he wouldn't have done anything like that. But yeah,
you've been watching too much porn, dude.
Yeah, so
King
a
David
lot of
wouldn't
men.
have done anything. So yeah, when did King David ever take extreme measures to get something he wanted? Hey, what happened to Uriah, by the way?
Yeah, so with Uriah, he basically orchestrated an event to where not an event, but he made it where he will be unalived.
Yeah, crazy. So it seems like King David is fully willing to use his power to put people in positions where they'll be killed if they go against what he wants.
I mean, it was more so like he didn't actually
You
say
can just say
unalive her
yes.
though, but
You can just say yes. It would be easier for all of us.
yeah, he did that one time, and it was a mistake that he
Oh,
regretted
only
for the
one
rest of his
time.
days.
I only killed a guy one time.
Yeah, I agree. It was like pretty cruel, but and God like judged him like greatly for that. The rest of his days,
But
he had
what
unrest.
do you think would have happened to Bathsheba if she had said no to him?
If she had said no to him,
Mm-hmm.
he would have said, I honestly don't know, but he could have, but it's only speculation, but he could have said, oh, all right, if you don't, that's fine. Okay, but yeah, I'm just thinking that because,
That's fine, okay.
yeah, and it's walked away,
He
but
knowingly had a married woman brought to him to have sex with. Do you think he's really worried about her consent and all this?
yeah, yeah. So King David, like, in that moment, he was
Let me
like
ask you
pride.
this.
Like, he was just prideful.
Knowing that she was already married and had a husband, do you think he expected her to want to have sex with him? Do you think he expected her to want to commit adultery?
Did he expect her to want to do that?
To commit adultery. Because he knew that she was married.
Yeah, so I think he was thinking like I am thinking like status. Okay, I'm me. So
Yeah, I
bring
think
her.
you answered
There's
my
no way she would
question.
deny
Do you
me.
think that he expected her to want to commit adultery?
In that moment, yeah. In that moment,
Yes?
that's his
Do you think
mistake.
that
Yeah,
he did expect her to want to commit adultery?
yeah. And he's prideful, saying I'm David.
What was the penalty for adultery during that time?
Oh wait, adultery. So Uriah and Bathsheba was not yet married. Yeah, they weren't married. So even though Bathsheba was Uriah's wife, they weren't married because back then, say for example, I lived 2,000 years ago, and I said, "Hey, this woman, this is my wife. That is your wife." It wasn't no girlfriend or my baby. It's just like this is my wife,
Yeah, you don't
and
call
everybody
it
knew that.
wife until you're married.
Yeah, no,
The Hebrew original origin
no,
for marriage is literally just a guy taking a girl
no.
and going into her. Like that is Hebrew marriage in its
So,
most basic form. That is what they consider a wife. So like
no, that's
I
not
know
correct.
words don't mean words is like a big
Saying you're
part of your
not married to
theology,
your wife.
but like he was very much married to
Correct.
his wife.
No, because you had a marriage and being a wife back then was, especially compared to today,
Source, please.
completely different.
Source, please. Show me anything that has ever said that. You
He's
fucking
literally
liar.
saying he's saying an unmarried wife.
Okay,
That's- it's
can I ask you a question?
It's the,
No,
it's
you
the
can show me a
married
source
bachelor,
because
but
you're so full
backwards.
of shit that I
Honestly,
can
don't
It's
have
an
smell it from the screen.
unmarried wife.
Okay, so if a man
It's
saw a
not
woman
okay.
he
You're not
liked,
okay.
what we have called her back then?
Sorry, what'd you
Concubine,
say?
maybe?
No, if a man saw a woman and said, "Okay, I like her," what do he call her? If and he want her?
Hey,
Back
lady.
then, yeah, he
Yeah, like
probably
the
just
biblical
took her.
days.
Maybe they had betrothals then too. If you were rich enough, if you were poor enough, the marriage probably wasn't a custom that was really observed.
No, no. Say for no. I think you understand the question. Say for example, he was around a bunch of men. He said, "You see that woman there?
Oh, so
She's
it's
mine."
gay.
What do he tell those men that? What is her title to those men? Say for example, I have a bunch of friends behind me that's male. Let's say you said, "Lady, she's mine." What would I call her
Me
before?
want. I don't know. There isn't a
Their
title for this
wife. It wasn't
necessarily. It would
girlfriend.
depend on the
Girlfriend didn't
cultural
exist back then. They
situation.
You
pulled a
don't get to
title
And
call
in
it
her
wouldn't be
America.
it
wife
wouldn't be
until you're
wife.
It's
married.
wife.
No, wife would be a specific claim about a very
Okay,
specific
what
social
do I call her
convention
then?
being followed.
Then
And
what do I
it's,
call her then?
you may just call her someone you desire. You may call her a betrothed. It's going to depend on language. I mean, and if you have a specific Hebrew source for what the word was used, I'd love to see it. But as far as I know,
It says
they
wife
didn't
in
necessarily
every
need it.
mention. It says
Okay,
the
so
wife of
I have the
Uriah the
perfect
Hittite.
verse. One
Like a
second.
lot of these people were getting married the first time they ever saw each other too. You know what I'm saying? They're not
Well,
like going out to the bar. You know what I
this
mean?
also implies
There-
that like you can just claim anyone as your wife.
No,
Like
okay,
you don't
one
have
thing
to
how you're
actually be married
incorrect.
to them. You can just be like, "That's my wife.
Yeah,
I saw
that's
this pretty
true, yeah.
lady. She's my wife now." That's
Also,
not what wife means.
Uriah is like a general in the army. He's like a very important warrior. He has his own house and everything that's like within sight of the palace. These are like wealthy people. They would be married. They aren't just some kids fucking around with each other and living together for no reason.
No. So Uriah knew that King David and the people were in a powerful war. You've been on a winning, Uriah could have said,
Knew a apologetic just dropped, guys.
Now we're talking about Uriah knows his winning the war.
Unmarried wives.
Yeah, girlfriends and it's just back then baby site. Like none of this foolish titles in America
Citation,
and other
please.
countries
You're just
existed.
you
It's
made
wives.
that up. You
That's
made
it.
that up
That's my
5 minutes
wife.
ago, and you're
These
really
foolish
hoping
titles
it's
didn't
true.
exist back then.
But
You
you're
must be
so full of
gaping
shit.
from all the stuff you pulled out of your ass.
These foolish titles did not exist back then. It's simple. That's my wife. Don't touch her.
Can you
okay?
demonstrate that, please?
Sure, I can show it in the Bible. Yeah, there's a
You can
verse
show it in the Bible.
Bible.
Can you tell me
So
some like
wait,
historical
quick
context,
question.
maybe?
Did
Yeah,
the
sure, I
women
can
have
show you in the
any?
Bible. Yeah.
Hold on. Did the women have any say in who got to call them a wife then?
No, they didn't.
Yeah, so if they agree, like usually they go to the father.
Okay,
They say,
show me
I
that in the
your
Bible.
daughter. Yeah, I like your daughter. Can I be okay? Sure, that's your wife.
All right, bring
But
up the
then once
verse.
the marriage,
No.
you heard the
Hold on.
marriage
No.
bed,
Truth.
marriage bed. That's when they
Fucking
become
coward.
married.
Truth.
Like, how don't you know this?
Truth. I don't want to have to mute you again. But you just said that a guy could literally just see a woman across the way, think that she's pretty, and start calling her wife. None of that is going to her father and asking permission. None of that is setting up a betrothal. You said that you could just like see a girl and want her, and that makes her your wife.
No. I didn't say that. No.
You did.
I
You
said
did
say for
say
example.
literally that.
No, I say say for example, if you're around your friends, right, and the woman that you're with is right there, and say you see that woman right there, that's my wife. That's what I mean.
All right, can we just admit that was
That's what I
bullshit
mean,
that you
like-
made up 5 minutes ago with no
Yeah.
like reason whatsoever? Can we just admit that real quick, that you're just a liar and you're full of shit and you'll say anything?
No, I have actually bought a Bible verse that shows that.
That they said that they all the guys gathered together and say, "Oh, that woman's my wife." That's what you'll show me.
No, I gave an example.
Oh, so you're setting
of
up for
what-
another lie then? Okay.
I never said that was in the Bible.
You
who said
never
was in the
said that
Bible?
you were one for telling the truth either.
But why would I say that's in the Bible? That would make no sense.
I don't know. You say a lot of stuff that makes no sense.
That-
I think it's
that's-
because
that's
you're a
totally
liar.
example.
I think you are a deeply dishonest person,
Okay,
and I think you are.
but you asked me to
genuinely
show you
one
in
of
the
worst
Bible
people
where
I've ever
wife
talked
and
to.
marriage is separate. Can I show you it?
Show me first any of the other 3 verses you mentioned. If you want to have like one verse you talked about, fine, I guess. If you have a verse, I'm pleased you actually own a Bible. I'm kind of surprised, actually.
So you said other 3 verses. What other 3?
So, like, you mentioned verses about, wives being in the Bible. Oh, no, you're gone. Okay.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you have to go look it up. You have to go switch page to go find it because you're making shit up and now you're Googling
No,
it.
I just look at my.
Okay, so just stay here with me then while we're talking, yeah?
No, I can still hear you when I leave the screen.
Well, yeah, but I don't. You shouldn't need to if you know what you're talking about, right?
I mean, I'm human. Sometimes I forget verses. I'm not God. Like I'm human.
Barely.
Yeah, but yeah, that's in the Bible. Are you afraid of the truth coming out?
Yeah, I don't think you've ever encountered the truth.
I'm trying to encourage the truth to come out. Truth, you are.
Yeah, but he
gay.
won't let me get to the truth.
You
He
are
keeps stopping
gay,
me from
Truth.
leaving.
You're super gay. The way you keep talking about these men, and you're like, but they're so handsome. They couldn't have said no to them, and their sinful hearts. They just
Look,
had to lust
now they
after
look
those
at Harmon. They
washboard
go all the way
abs
back
and
to
that
something
massive
else.
All right, bud, tell you what, buddy.
Now they
You can
go all the way back
But
to something
hey,
else.
calm down.
That
Let
was
me tell you
discussed
something
10
real
minutes
quick.
ago.
So I'll let you go look it up. You can go run around to wherever you need to find and look stuff up. I'm just gonna, we'll recognize and sit here and meditate on the fact that you just bullshitted a whole bunch, and now you're gonna madly scrabble for an attempt to find maybe if you're the luckiest you'll get. Is there a spot you were technically right? Oh, I said that the Bible said the word Lord in it, and you'll find a verse like that or some shit. But you will never be able to defend a single point that you made up here and inflicted upon all of us here today.
That's my man, yo.
Scum of the earth. All right, I'm gonna get going, love.
Okay. I love you. He didn't say it back. He doesn't love me. Yeah, so where in the Bible does it say that
I love you.
I don't know who that was. That's weird. So where in the Bible does it say that they just like called people wives?
Okay, so here's one verse. Genesis 2:24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and mother and shall cleave unto his wife. Right.
That literally just
And-
means that sometimes men have wives. That does nothing to prove what you were just saying.
Yeah, so that's the beginning. That's just one. So let me grab the other. So it says they should cleave, right? So that means they should become one. But there's another one that's going to be more
Yeah,
specific.
believe it or not, men marry their wives.
So I'm gonna grab the other verses. I believe there's one more. One
Okay.
second. I'm just.
So so many random suitors. That's right. I might have just been made into someone's wife. Yeah, he's urgently Googling like verses in Bible that say word wife. All these unmarried wives out here. Can I get a 1 in chat if you're an unmarried wife? Yeah, just calling dibs on women. 1s in chat for unmarried wives. Woo! Hell yeah! Look at all those unmarried wives! A married single person. Married bachelor, yep.
So if you go to Ephesians 5, there's many versions proving this, so I'm just grabbing Ephesians really
Yeah,
quickly. So
I don't know. I know
it states,
Ephesians 5:33 says that wives should fear their husbands. There's nothing to say about like whether or not you have to be married to someone to call them a wife. Oh, Bitter Truth, congratulations! You've been declared someone's wife. That's exciting.
well, it doesn't really go like that. So in the past, again, you had to meet the parents. Typically, that's how
Well,
it
you didn't
went.
say that. You said you could just like decide someone was your wife and start calling them your wife.
No, the example I gave with the guys around me that was hanging out, and my wife happened to be across the room. I say, "You see that woman there?
Yeah, if
That's
you weren't
my
married to her,
wife."
she wouldn't be your wife yet. She would be your betrothed.
Yeah, so wife, which yeah,
2 different words. Betrothed means not yet married, but you're going to be married. Wife would mean that you are already married.
no.
So
But how do you get married in the Bible?
you fuck.
Exactly, yeah. So I wouldn't use that word, but yes, you go in unto her, and then you become one. So first, she's your wife, okay. The father says,
Yeah,
okay,
so if
that's
you
your
haven't
wife.
done that yet, if you haven't gotten married yet, then she's not your wife.
No, she still is your wife. Like she is, no matter what. She's still considered your wife, but you just are not married yet. You just haven't become one or united with her. Like
Again, if you're not married, that is not your wife. Do I need to literally Google
no, you
wife definition?
for example, in America, you get married with papers. It makes no sense here. You get
Wife,
married
a
with papers.
married woman considered in relation to her spouse. A woman in a marital relationship.
Yeah, none of this proving me wrong, but keep
A
going.
wife is a married woman. So if they're not yet married, would she then be his wife?
So also, you're thinking of modern terms. For example, you need papers to get.
That kind of seems like a
Dodge.
Yeah, so you have modern definitions of marriage, and we're dealing with ancient or like many years, thousands of years ago terms of how people become wives and married. So you have the marriage bed, you have your wife, you have the marriage bed. What is the marriage bed? The marriage bed is where you go in unto your wife and become one with her. Then you are married. Okay, wife, marriage bed, become one, married.
She wouldn't be
It's,
your
e-
wife
it's an
if
easy
you're not yet
concept to
married,
follow.
because wife by definition is a married woman.
Well,
I'm
according to
sick of
modern
arguing this
definitions.
with you.
Okay, let me get Ephesians 5.
Words really don't mean words.
For some reason, you're just not grasping that wife
marriage.
and marriage
The
is
blessed arrangement.
it's completely different in the Bible compared to today. So you keep conflating that a marriage.
Why are you so
and
desperate
what?
to lie? Is it to avoid cognitive dissonance?
No, I'm trying to show you keep applying modern definitions of marriage to biblical times. That's incorrect. Ask any biblical scholar. They will tell you that if
I'm
a man
friends
going
with
to
a fair amount of biblical scholars. I don't think any of them would say that unmarried wives were a thing in the Bible.
yeah, so Ephesians 5:31, for this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and shall be joined unto his wife. How do a man join his wife?
This doesn't relate to your claim.
Okay.
Your claim is that you do not have to be married to someone to be their wife. None of what you just said talks about like the process of marriage and whether or not she's considered a wife before.
Okay, tell me the process of marriage. Tell me one more time the process of marriage back then. Just one more time. Maybe I didn't hear it.
Well, there was a betrothal period, but they wouldn't have been considered your wife during that time. They would have been considered your betrothed. And then they would go into them. They would fuck them. That would be them being considered married. They would be
Okay.
their wife.
So what does it mean by and he shall be joined unto his wife?
I don't know. Probably like a missionary position. Maybe
See, look, she know this basically disproves everything she's saying, but now
reverse cowgirl if she's nasty. Ooh.
See, I got her. Look, she can't answer this question. I got her. Thank you.
I'm a they them, but I'm messaging.
And shall be joined unto his wife.
Excuse me, I'm messaging a biblical scholar.
I got her. Look, it's Ephesians 5:31. She can't answer it. I told you guys. I'm not.
That has nothing to that describes nothing about the marriage process. Oh, welcome to new people in the Discord. Welcome in. Welcome in, Sophie. Welcome in, Jeffro. Welcome in, a majestic moose.
Do you have the biblical scholar?
I'm messaging right now. I'm waiting for a response.
Is it Rabbi Connor?
No.
Oh.
It's just very interesting.
More than likely, she's going to agree with me.
You're trying to die on the hill. Oh, perfect. Wonderful. Here we go. Hey there.
YOLO.
So
I've clicked on so many times, but go ahead.
I'm sure you
What's
have.
the dispute about?
Yeah, so we were talking about the story of David and Bathsheba, and he was trying to claim that since David was so big, strong, and handsome, and so massively hung and had such like a juicy cock, that Bathsheba would have been jumping all over that and slobbing on that knob. But I was like, hey, Bathsheba was already married. She was the wife of Uriah the Hittite. Well, Bitter Truth says, well, yeah, she was his wife, but they weren't married.
What is that even supposed to mean?
Oh, he's claiming that in biblical times, someone was your wife before you married them.
Well, so to be clear, Bathsheba was the property of Uriah. When you have sex with a woman in biblical times, she becomes your property, and that's what we would call marriage. So David wronged Uriah by violating his property.
But it wasn't adultery. Thank you. But that's what I'm saying. It wasn't adultery.
No, it was adultery. It was adultery because Bathsheba belonged to Uriah. It's adultery when a woman who belongs to another man sleeps with another man.
Now that's incorrect. Now oh my goodness. Adultery is when a man lays with a woman and then the other man come behind her and sleep with her. That is literally adultery.
No, adultery, first and foremost, you do realize that, okay, do you know what the word for husband and wife is in Hebrew?
No, I wouldn't know that.
There is no word for husband and wife in Hebrew. Instead, what you have is the word isha, which means woman, as in she. You will see in your English it says she was his wife. Never occurs in the Hebrew Bible. It says she was his woman. And when it says he was her husband, the Hebrew is usually going to be either ish, meaning man, or Baal, meaning master. So you have this idea that Uriah and them weren't married. They were by the standards of biblical Israelitism. So in Israelite culture, marriage was simply that you bought your wife from her father, then you sleep with her, and she's your woman. That's all marriage is in the Hebrew Bible. By the biblical definition, Bathsheba was quote unquote, she was married to Uriah. And when she slept with David, that was adultery because she belonged to Uriah.
Okay, so you stated that in the ancient Hebrew culture, the man goes to the father, he buys basically a purchase price, and then he goes into her and then become married. So when does a marriage take place again?
Well, there is no need for a marriage ceremony. Like, in modern day Judaism, you have like a marriage ceremony. By the time you get to this,
I didn't ask about this. I mean, like, when exactly do they become married? At what point?
When he fucks her.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I've been trying to tell her the whole
And
time.
Uriah
And
and
Uriah never slept with
Bathsheba.
her.
You don't know that.
But
Why
then,
else
oh,
would
you're
David
assuming
put your
also, yeah. But you're assuming
why did David put set Uriah up?
because of lust.
No, that doesn't lust doesn't matter.
Because he
in this
wanted, yeah, he
instance.
wanted Bathsheba. That's lust.
He could, if she wasn't married to him, he could have her. He wouldn't need to put Uriah to death. He put Uriah to death because he knew that he had done something that was wrong and wanted to cover up his mistakes.
His argument is
Nathaniel,
that Bathsheba.
Yeah, because he slept with his wife. That's,
his argument is that she was Uriah's wife, but that they were not married.
Yeah, that's exactly.
The only way you can be a person's wife is if you marry them.
I've tried to tell him that many
That
times,
is
but he says not
absolutely
in the Bible.
incorrect.
That is absolutely correct because again, all it's required to be married.
Okay, Bible guy. So can I ask you a
in
question?
ancient Israel, the only thing that's required to be. By the way, what do you think the word for marry is in Hebrew?
So before I try to answer that question, so before he sleeps with her, what is she called to him? Before he sleeps with her,
A woman. She's just a woman. Then she becomes his woman when he fucks her. Now, what do you think the Hebrew word for marriage is?
I would have to look it up. I don't know. Like
it's lechach, which doesn't really mean marry. It means to take. Because you have this idea that in ancient ancient Israelitism, that you had a formal like covenant of marriage where there was like an institution of marriage with like a ceremony and a priest that over. No, that's not how that worked in ancient Israel. All that's required for you to be considered married, quote unquote, in ancient Israel, is for you to take a woman and to sleep with her, and she becomes your woman, and thus you two are bound together.
okay, like so let's replace wife with woman. Okay, that's my woman. Since you want to say it's not wife, okay, that was Uriah's woman, right?
He owned her, and by David sleeping with her, that's adultery because she belonged to another man.
Okay, so first she was his woman. They weren't married. They're just his woman or wife.
They are married. They are married as far as ancient Israelite culture is concerned.
No, you can't. No, again, how does okay? They have to have sex first, right?
Yes, and
So before
apparently,
they have sex, that's just your woman, right? Or
according
wife.
to the prophet and according to the prophet Nathaniel, when he confronts David because David was the man who took from the flock of another man. A sheep is owned by the shepherd. In the same way, he's making the analogy that Bathsheba was owned by Uriah. And the way a man owns a woman in ancient Israel is that he buys her from her father and he sleeps with her. That's why he has to kill Uriah, because he tries to cover up the fact that he has committed adultery. He's
No,
done
that's
sin.
shame. It wasn't adultery. He was shameful what he did. Like he'd have been looked down upon, like this a scandal. That's why he
Yeah,
did it.
because he committed adultery, which is sinful.
No. Again, he wanted to avoid a scandal. That's the main thing.
And the scandal being that he committed adultery with another man's woman.
No, that he just slept with someone's wife. Like
Yes,
yeah,
which
that's
is adultery. Which is adultery.
Again, he's
Because
saying that wife doesn't mean married. That's his whole argument. Is that wife doesn't mean
problem
married.
is there is no. The problem is there is no. There is no. Bitter truth. There is no word for marriage in the Hebrew Bible. If you don't have a word for marriage in the Hebrew Bible, does that mean that no could commit adultery? Because no one's married. That word doesn't get used at all in the Hebrew Bible. Now what? No one commits adultery under this ideal. But all that's required for you to commit adultery is for you to fuck someone else's woman. That's
so
it.
according to research, the Hebrew word for marriage is niacin. I'm probably mispronouncing it, but niacin.
That's not a biblical term. That's something that comes about during the second temple period. We don't even see it in the Hebrew Bible. You'll find it in rabbinic literature, which postdates the destruction of the
Also,
second
Shoshana.
temple.
I probably mispronouncing it again, but Shoshana.
This-
So there's many words that you can use with, like for marriage.
There is no word for marriage in the Hebrew Bible.
Okay, what am I seeing on the Bible of?
I don't know, because your pronunciation is atrocious. I have no idea what you're saying.
I mean, you can just look it up. The word is. Let me.
How you
By the
doing
way,
today?
anyone who wants more information on this can see Dr. Jennifer Bird's book on marriage in the marriage in the Bible.
Hell yeah.
Okay, the word is
You having a good
chakana.
Sunday so far?
Oh yeah. My week off from debates is over, and today at 2 p.m. We're gonna be resuming debates.
Well, what are you Central Time Zone or?
Central, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, that'll be shortly after this. So.
Oh yeah, and Godless Engineer, who's in the comment section right now, has an interview with Dr. Jennifer Bird on this specific topic.
Hell yeah. And I'm gonna guess that nowhere did she say that there are such things as unmarried wives.
Wait, Bible guy. What is a marriage bed in the Bible?
That's where you fuck your wife.
And that's where you become
That's where you
married,
fuck
right?
your woman.
That's also where I fuck Bitter Truth's wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
She must be a ghost, imaginary, because I don't. But I'm not married at the moment. But so the marriage bed, right?
No way.
By the way, it won't say marriage bed.
No. What is a marriage bed? No, marriage bed. What does it mean to you, marriage bed?
That's a colloquial phrase that we use to refer to the bed of a husband and wife, where they sleep together.
So say it again.
That's a colloquial term that we use to refer to the bed of the husband and wife, where they consummate and where they have sex.
Exactly, marriage bed. So you go
Again,
in the
but
marriage bed, they become married.
in the original, but in the Hebrew Bible, it doesn't.
You got
in
it.
the Hebrew Bible. In the Hebrew Bible, it doesn't say marriage bed because
Every word it doesn't say it's in the Hebrew. We're not going to look. Is this your way of trying to get slither out of this? You'll say
There
this
is no-
is in the Hebrew. It doesn't say that in
There
the
is
Hebrew.
no.
When I look it up, it's actually
The only word for Hebrew, the only word for marriage in the Bible are words which refer to the taking of a woman. Bathsheba was the property of Uriah. Yes or no? Bitter. Because all is required all that's required for a woman to be considered the quote-unquote wife of a man in the Hebrew Bible is that he owns her. Now, was Bathsheba the property of Uriah?
yes, but they weren't married. Yes, that was his property. Yes. Yes.
No, there is no concept of marriage as you understand it in the Hebrew Bible, dipshit.
Marriage. Okay, explain marriage bed in the Hebrew. We know marriage bed in English means marriage bed. How could that? What could that possibly mean in Hebrew?
Lachach, which means to take.
Okay, take the marriage bed. What does that mean?
As soon as you purchase a woman from her father, she's your woman. That's
Okay, so
it.
marriage bed. So
That's again. There's no word for marriage in Hebrew. Why you keep bringing up marriage bed? It's not a
okay,
Hebrew
it mentions
term.
bed. It mentions bed in English. What does bed mean?
That's fine.
the Hebrew?
That's where their union is. That's where their union is consummated.
Oh my
If God's
goodness.
not real, then
You're
why does
still
the
saying
Bible
the
say
same
the word
thing.
bed? Checkmate, atheist.
They're already. By the way, bitter truth.
You're still admitting it.
A Jewish woman is already considered. Do you know? Okay. Do you know that in Judaism, prior to a man and woman even consummating the marriage with sex, if they want to end the betrothal period, the man has to give the woman a bill of divorce. Why is that?
The man has to give a woman a bill of divorce.
Yes, even before they have sex.
I mean, I guess I was just accustomed that they had.
Why a bill of divorce? A bill of divorce is for what?
I mean, what verse states this again? I have to make sure, what verse states this?
Oh my God.
Matthew chapter 1
It's so
literally
she could prove
has.
that she didn't belong to him.
Yes. So Deuteronomy 24 gives us the laws regarding the get, which is the bill of divorce. And we see it actually in action.
Okay, I'll look it up. Go ahead.
We also see in Matthew chapter 1 that when Joseph finds out that Mary's pregnant, what does he plan on doing?
Put her away.
What does that mean? Put her away.
Just leave her.
What do you think that means?
Put her down.
Just leave her.
You think it just means leaving the house?
No, not being with her anymore.
In Judaism, what is required?
Yeah, you said yeah, a bill, like a bill of divorce.
Yes. In other words, as far as you're concerned, Mary and Joseph were already married even before they had sex. Otherwise, Joseph wouldn't have to give her a bill of divorce.
No, so no, because even prior to that, there's a process with the father. Okay, this is documented. My son John is married to Elizabeth. Okay, now they have another right in it. Okay, they are no longer together. Sign this. That's basically what it means. It is
Yes,
erasing what was
it's a
already
bill of
written before.
yes, it's a bill
How
of
is that hard to
divorce
understand? Okay,
because they
Dad, can I have your
because
daughter
they
here
are
sign this? Thanks,
because
Dad.
they are
She's
because
your
it's a
wife. Oh,
bill
I
of
don't want her no more.
it's a bill of shut
You got
up.
to sign
It's a
something
bill of
else.
divorce because they're already legally bound together. And if guess what happens to a woman who's
Oh my
engaged and hasn't had guess what happens to a woman who is engaged to a man and hasn't had sex with him and she goes off and has sex with another man? What do you think happens to her according to Jewish law?
If a woman is engaged to a man and sleeps with
Yep,
another
and she's
man,
no well, engaged might be anachronistic. She's betrothed to a man. They haven't had sex yet. What happens if she goes off and has sex with another man? What happens to her?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've read a verse where it states what happened to
She
her.
gets she gets fucking murked by the town.
Wait, what verse? Wait, can you tell me the verse where it states if a woman is betrothed?
You want like a citation from the Talmud?
No, this regular KJV Bible 611. Like, yeah, that's fine. Or NRSUV, like you guys have to. Yeah.
Oh God.
That's the KJV is the best version. I don't see why you guys have to.
That's
Yeah, but any
that's
verse you guys choose.
the crap junk Bible. Sure. The kind of jank Bible.
Y'all honestly never found an issue, but whatever version you guys want to read.
Yeah,
I'm sure you didn't find an issue. I also want to say it's interesting how you're just the way you engage with me because you perceive me as a woman versus the way that you're engaging with Dalton is very interesting.
Okay, how was I engaged with you that's different? When I'm engaging him?
It's how all the Mogs act.
Wait, so I was yelling at you earlier?
Well, you were like dismissing when I told you the exact same things that like men told you. You like argued with me and you for some reason couldn't see like the Midianite virgins as like people until I put you in their place. Like until it was happening to you. You didn't understand why it was a bad thing to be like taken by adult men and forced into marriage. It's just the whole thing.
No, because the example you was giving is kind of confusing. You just mentioned like a deranged woman breaking in my house and saying, taking out their families, hey, now have sex with me. Like that's a totally different. I was kind of confused. Like,
yeah, so I gave you the exact same situation, but reverse the genders. So what you
no, you said someone that breaks in your house and unalives.
No,
your
because
whole
you complained
household.
about that. So I gave it to you as if the exact same thing were happening, if you were during a wartime, and they came in and they slaughtered your family, but a woman saw you and was like, "I'm gonna spare you. You're gonna be my husband now, and you're gonna have sex with me."
Yeah, I answered it. Yeah,
that's the situation that I gave you, and I don't
But
know.
did
Suddenly,
I
you
not
seem
answer
to
it?
understand that
Now-
there are people with agency.
Real quick, just to give him citation, because the Torah does explicitly say this in Deuteronomy 22, 23 through 24. In the case of a virgin who is engaged to somebody, if another man comes upon her in a town and lies with her, you shall take the two of them out to the gate of that town and stone them to death. The young woman because she did not cry for help in the town, and the man because he violated his neighbor's wife. Thus you will sweep away evil from your midst. Notice that what she's called. She's called.
Wait, what
a
version are you
virgin.
reading? Which version are you reading? I'll read it.
Deuteronomy 22 verses 23 through 24.
No,
Release
the KJV says
22.
married. So which version are you reading? I'll read your version. Who you said
I'm reading
before?
the Revised Jewish Publication Society translation.
Okay, revised Jewish.
By the way, the Hebrew calls her a virgin. Ki yihye nahar betula me'orosha leish. If a man who is, if a young girl who is a virgin and engaged comes to a man.
Okay, so I'm Deuteronomy 22, revised Jewish publication version.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't find this in the NSUV or NISUV or NIEV?
I don't care about translations. I'm reading the Hebrew.
Okay, so I'll read the NIV like most atheists like so I'll read this one.
The NIV is shit, but all right.
All right, I then read it NISUV. Is that fine?
Sure, whatever you want to read it in. I'm just going to go back to what the Hebrew says, regardless.
Deuteronomy 22 and okay, let me go to verse 22. If a man is discovered lying,
Deuteronomy 22 verses 23 to 24.
If a man is discovered lying with the wife of another man, both of them shall die. The man who lay with the woman, as well as the woman. So you should purge evil from Israel. If there's a young woman, a virgin, already engaged to be married, and a man meets her in the town and lie with her, you should bring both of them to the gate of that town. Okay, so it says, if there's a young woman, a virgin, already engaged. Yeah, so engaged, so meaning she pledged to be married or promised.
Yeah, but she's a virgin, correct? So she hasn't fucked him yet.
And the man
and yet she gets put to death. Why?
Because this
if
is
she's
wrong.
not if she's not married, why is she put to death? Death is the penalty for adultery.
Yeah, well, it doesn't say this is because of adultery, because this is a wrong act. It's just wrong.
Nope. If she's not married, if she doesn't belong to the other man, then it's not wrong. She's not his property.
Because he went to the father and made an oath, like basically said before the father, an oath said, "Okay, this is yours."
No, because the Torah also says explicitly in Deuteronomy that if a man comes to a woman who's not betrothed and he fucks her, neither of them get put to death. Instead, she's forced to marry the man who sleeps with her.
Yes. So if she's not betrothed, meaning another man then asks her father, "Okay, can I have her?" And he never said yes. So she not belongs to anybody.
That's all that marriage is. As soon as you buy a woman from her father, you are married to her as far as the Israelites are concerned.
Engaged. This is just a wrong act.
Betrothal is as good as married in the Jewish culture.
Yes, but
you keep looking at this from a 21st century American mindset, and that's your biggest problem here. You need to read
That's not his biggest, but it is a problem.
Yeah, if you're going to read the Hebrew Bible, you need to read it from the perspective of an Israelite person. And for a woman who is bought from her father, they are as good as what you would consider married. And if she sleeps with another man, that's adultery.
No, good as married and being actually married is like different. Let's for example, someone so angry, you're good as dead. Does that mean they're actually dead? No, it means like eventually going to meet that fate. Doesn't mean they actually are.
Nope, not in their culture. It's adultery.
You're making up definitions at this point.
You think you know better than the Jewish people on this matter?
No, but even they won't agree with you on this. I'm not sure where you get this from.
No, they will. Where do you think I learned this from? I learned this from my time in Judaism.
I mean, you should probably go back and learn it. But again, if a man goes to another man,
better truth. Shut up. You have the same problem that most Christians do. First, you have unearned confidence. Secondly, you don't know jack shit about Judaism, and you like to pretend like you do. It's just really embarrassing. Stop pretending like you know what you're talking about. One of us speaks Hebrew. One of us actually used to practice Judaism. One of us actually knows the Hebrew Bible, and the other one doesn't. And I think the audience is able to tell quite clearly who that person is.
Can you speak Hebrew? If I put you up to the test, you ready to read Hebrew?
Yes, I can read Hebrew. I've been reading Hebrew this whole time.
Okay, sure. So
okay,
let's see. Because I'll be honest. I don't speak Hebrew, but since you made the claim that you're the Hebrew expert, then I'll have more your arguments have more validity. But one second, let me.
And while we're waiting for Bitter Truth to, I don't know, get his shit together somehow, if you guys aren't following Bible Guy, you should be. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate it. I know I kind of just like messaged you out of nowhere like, hey, this motherfucker's saying unmarried wives.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard, because most Christians will agree that Bathsheba was married to Uriah and committed adultery with her. For some reason, I'm guessing what happened is that you placed him in a bind that he was forced to make this crazy claim.
Oh, yeah, because he was saying that she would have wanted to sleep with David because she would have thought that he was just so hot and rich. That was his actual argument.
If she did, that's adultery.
Oh, but not if she's not married. That was
right, which is why he's got to.
Yeah.
Which is why he's got to do this shit. Other than that, the vast majority of even conservative Christian scholars, who are the most fundamentalists, will agree with me that this is adultery and that Uriah and Bathsheba were fucking married.
Yeah.
What does Matthew?
What does this mean?
What does Matthew actually call Bathsheba?
Before I answer
whatever your name is.
Keep saying what this means in Hebrew.
I am Bechor Chachem. This is modern Hebrew, first and foremost. I am some Bechor, black something.
Okay, you got the first two. So it says, I am a smart guy. But yeah, but you had the first two words, but it says, it means I am a
modern
smart
Hebrew.
guy. Huh?
Typing modern Hebrew. I don't speak fucking modern Hebrew, dumbass. Also, there's no nikudot. How am I supposed to read it without nikudot?
But you claim you speak Hebrew,
I don't.
Okay, so you speak this. You speak this. You speak this one.
With nikud, this is modern Hebrew, and there's no nikudot. Where's the nikudot?
Okay, so you only speak
Google
a form of
Translator.
Hebrew, right?
Yeah, you know he doesn't know what that means.
So you only speak a form of Hebrew?
The form of Hebrew
Yes.
that's relevant to this conversation.
Yeah. Which is why I can tell you that the King James Version Bible has bad Hebrew in it. Now, what does the book of Matthew refer to Uriah, to Bathsheba as, Bud?
I believe wife.
So she's married to Uriah.
No.
This
she's
is the
not
first.
married.
This is the first time I've ever heard. What does it mean to be married?
Yeah, you've heard of a married bachelor. Now get ready for an unmarried wife.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Sure. So you said what is a
to be-
wife? You asked me what is a wife?
What does it mean to be married? Bitter.
Oh, Bitter Truth. Tell him the thing that you told me about, like, just like being with your homies and being like, yeah, this is my wife.
Oh yeah. So I gave for an example, right? Say for example, I'm in a room and I'm just with my friends playing a game, and then this woman comes out the room, and it happened to be my wife, and I point and say, hey, you know what? That right there is my wife. And they said, oh, okay, sure, okay. So the reason why she would be my wife is because I went to her dad and said, you know what? Your daughter is very beautiful. Can she be my yes? So she's your wife. Here's it's written, it's documented. She's yours. Just give me this. Thank you. What a beautiful wife. Now here comes the marriage bed. Well, wife Elizabeth, I love you. Let's get married. Okay. Yes, John.
Fuck!
Okay, so now the marriage bed completes it. Wife, marriage. Simple. You have wife, then marriage. Yeah.
God damn. This. I'm losing brain cells.
Yeah, marriage bed. It's known as the marriage bed.
What is the Hebrew for marriage bed? Again, you're speaking from the perspective of a modern day American. It's so annoying.
Okay, I wouldn't know that, but how does that change what I'm saying?
There's no such thing as marriage bed in the Hebrew Bible.
If this is not true, then what is the tokens of virginity? The time of the consummation. What is that then?
That's just the finalization.
No, yeah, when they go into the marriage bed, usually they wait the wife, not the wife, the mother or the husband wait outside, and they take the sheet to see. That's because the marriage bed happens then. Okay, they getting married, so okay,
They're
let's
married.
see if she's actually a virgin.
They're married before that. This is just the cherry on top, bud.
Oh my goodness!
I know you don't like it
what marriage bed
I know
is.
you. You don't fucking know what
I don't know
marriage
what's
bed
wrong with
is.
him. He's not grasping what marriage bed is. I don't know how I can help him
Dipshit.
anymore, but
Okay,
I don't
listen.
know.
One of us is familiar with the Hebrew Bible and with Judaism, and it ain't you, bud. Why is it that if I ask any rabbi, would it be considered adultery if a betrothed woman fucks another man, and they'll say yes? Why are they all wrong, but you're right?
I mean, I'm not sure what Hebrews will actually agree with you on this matter.
They would.
So can you name one, like, from a source that one Hebrew that states that marriage?
My friend Rav Kavod would agree with me. He's a
I mean,
rabbi.
Like, actually, like, written
Rabbi Chana would agree with me. Where do you think they get these ideas from? You think they're just making it up, or is it perhaps that this is part of codified Jewish law?
I mean, atheists usually make things up, so that's why I'm asking, like, an actual source. Could they make anything up to make the Bible look incorrect?
They're not atheists. Rabbi Chana and Rabbi Kavod are not atheists.
But I mean, Rabbi Kona, she kind of hates God. I've seen her curse God out. She actually say he's a effing. So I wouldn't trust anything she says. So I'm asking for an actual source.
Man,
I've actually
my
heard
dude
curse
hasn't
God.
read. My man hasn't read the Hebrew Bible. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I really hope no one in here has a seafood allergy because this guy is floundering.
Yeah, well, that's why I said I wouldn't trust anything she says. She actually cursed God out. Say he's a dick. You know what?
Oh,
He
God,
is.
a dick.
She's just
He's a cunt.
Jewish people.
Fuckface.
Jewish people are just more honest, and they're able to like call God out. Like Abraham, when God was going to fucking wipe out the people of Sodom, Abraham was willing to look God in the eye and go, "Will not the judge of all the earth judge justly?" Jewish people are just more willing to call God out, while Christians like to suck his dick no matter what happens.
Thank you for the shiny air balloon. Appreciate it, Devil's Public Defender.
But yeah, so you could actually bring, if you can, or maybe later bring Rabbi Khan in. But there was actually one time that you actually agreed with me on something. But I'm sure if she agrees with you on this,
drop
then
gift? Once in chat if we're ready for the drop. I feel like probably most people are.
yeah, I've given you guys enough information today to really help you in your learning of the Bible. So this is
You've
very
given us
productive on my
nothing.
end. So again, before you drop me,
you've given
marriage,
us
bed,
nothing. No one cares. Fuck off.
It was giving nothing.
What an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
He missed
do?
the first part. He was apologizing for grape like 20 different ways. But thank you for coming up. I appreciate you coming up, and definitely everyone needs to go check out your stream. It's going to start in about half an hour, right?
Absolutely. We're gonna be starting at 2:00. I'm gonna go and get ready for that. Keep cooking them, and also Bathsheba and David committed adultery. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
I like how he was at the end there saying that like, atheists like to make stuff up, as if he hadn't been just caught making up everything he'd been saying for the past hour.
Fucking thing. My goodness. It like I said, he's got to be gaping with all the shit he was pulling out of his ass. I also want to talk about you. You came in and you called dibs on me.
Yeah, I did. So, dibs.
Does that mean I'm your wife now?
Yep. Oh, or wait. Yeah, because we fucked.
Oh, like a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for coming back up. I don't know, it's...
Chris, don't be posting holes in chat. That's gross.
Yeah, post holes! Woo! I want to see them! Can we get some holes in chat? Can we get hole? Can we get hole in chat, please? I have one more person who says that they want to come up. Hey, it's the holy day! Woo-woo! Look at those. We got some donut holes. Woo! Puffy. All right. Hey, can I get your name, age, and pronouns?
Call me Light or any name. I'm 26. Any pronoun, he.
All right. What religion are you, or lack thereof?
I'm a Christian.
Ooh, interesting. So there's no God.
Okay. Would you like to hear my argument?
Not really, but you can say it if you want.
Okay. Well, do you agree that things like truth exist?
Oh, are we gonna run tag?
It's called the argument from divine conceptualism. Yeah, I'll run tag as well. Just, I mean,
Tag
I'd like
is
to
weak
actually
as
engage.
fuck, but
Thanks for the reputation.
I mean, you asked me a question. You didn't present an argument.
Okay, well, premise one, abstract objects like truth, propositions, logic, universals exist.
Okay.
They either exist platonically or conceptually.
Okay.
If they exist platonically, we have no epistemic access to them, and so therefore, if they do exist, you can't make the claim. So,
Can you clarify what you mean by existing platonically?
Existing in some sort of form or different realm, like another realm.
Okay. Well, who says they exist in another realm?
I said it was a A or B. It's a disjunction. It is, sorry, a disjunctive argument.
So it doesn't exist platonically. So.
And so therefore, it exists conceptually.
Okay.
Concepts
exist.
These
Just
things.
use two premises to get to the point of concepts exist.
Okay, thanks for the rhetoric. So now that we've established that these things exist conceptually, they must be grounded in a mind. They must be grounded in a universal mind.
Whoa! Why the word universal? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, why universal?
Because I already said. Because my very first premise, I said universals exist.
That doesn't necessitate that the mind must also be a universal. Not everything is a universal. Universals exist. You'd have to substantiate that a little bit better.
So if universals exist, you need a universal mind for it in which to exist in.
Why?
You can't ground universals in it because no other mind is universal, right?
No minds are
if
universal.
You're gonna make
You're trying to establish the existence of a universal mind. You can't presume that claim within your premise.
If a human is going to make a claim, right? If any other mind that isn't universal is going to make a claim,
there is no universal mind, and you're trying to establish one exists. You can't appeal to one to make your claim.
I'm saying that if you're going to deny, it's going to lead to a contradiction. Saying that if you're going to deny that there is no universal mind, then you can't make universal claims because these things need to be grounded in some sort of universal mind, right? If you're going to make a universal
you
claim,
haven't demonstrated that because your argument is begging the question. It's circular.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a universal claim as a human without a universal mind to ground it in, well, then you only have epistemic access to your own mind. You don't have access to a universal mind. So it wouldn't be true. How do you ground universal claims without a universal mind?
There is a couple of different ways to do it. And first of all, most of these universal claims, they may not even be universal in the same sense that you're using universal when we're talking about a universal mind.
Okay, so would you like to...
So concepts, like conceptually real is kind of a contradiction. A concept isn't real. You know what I mean? Like the thing itself can be real, but the concept of it is just a concept.
And that concept will be true, though.
A concept can be true. A concept isn't, I mean, it's not necessarily, only propositions can be true or false. A concept isn't a proposition. A concept is just like, a concept is like the idea of, say, a God. Say God is a concept. God is real as a proposition. A proposition can be true or false. A concept can't be true or false.
Okay, but the proposition that concepts exist would have truth to it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what does this have to do with universals exactly?
And so what I'm saying is that when you were talking about with concepts being necessary to exist, they don't really exist in that sense. Concepts don't have to be grounded because they don't exist. They can just be they are entirely explainable as a product of subjective minds and intersubjective thought.
Yeah, but like things like laws of logic or like truth, right? Like concepts by definition are mind-dependent ideas. You can't say we don't need a mind.
Right, but arguably logic isn't mind-dependent. That's a whole different discussion that would also need to be.
Also, is logic mind-independent?
The
That's
laws
that. We
of
can talk
logic
about
might
that.
be mind dependent and intersubjective, but logic itself is different from the laws that we use to try to categorize logic.
Right. Like the law of non-contradiction, for example, is something that is always going to occur whether there is a mind to observe it or not. However, the
Yeah, but
categorization of it as a law and the formalization of it is a subjective concept that we've created.
you're not attacking my argument, though. I'm saying that these things exist. For in which it exists, it has to be in a mind.
I guess
These are
what I'm saying is you're
concepts.
using the word exist wrong.
Okay, so how define exist? Right? You're saying I'm
Okay.
using it wrong.
Right. So existence would be something that has like reality, like that has something that is substantial. It can affect the processes of the natural world.
Like occurring in reality.
Do you think the laws of logic, or do you think that the reality abides by logic?
It does. So that, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, but like the
Okay,
laws of
and
logic
so
themselves aren't the same thing as the actual law of non-contradiction. Like, so
Like
the principle of
they're
non-contradiction isn't the
descriptive, not
same as
prescriptive.
exactly. Yeah.
okay, but even if they're descriptive, are these descriptions dependent on a mind?
What do you mean? Like when we're communicating them? Or are you talking purely? Are you talking purely
the
about the
whole
description
time.
is separate from this thing itself?
The whole time I'm talking about how it exists, where it exists.
Okay. Well,
And
then the
these
description
things,
is a different thing from that.
Yeah, the description of the thing is not the same thing as
The
the original thing.
the description
if you're
would
gonna
reside
do,
in the mind. The perception of the thing would also reside in the mind. That does not mean the thing
The
itself does.
categorization of the concept is not itself the concept.
so do you think without the description of something, it wouldn't be true? Or
What do you
wouldn't
mean by
exist?
that?
No, I think it's true independent of the description.
Okay, and so and so how does truth exist independent of your perception in your view?
Okay, so truth isn't like a thing. Truth is something we apply to propositions. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So truth doesn't exist.
Would you say it exists only in propositions?
No,
Like,
truth is a property that we apply to propositions.
okay, and do you not think that
It doesn't need a foundation.
truth,
It's just something that we apply as a human judgment.
right? But you're saying, you're saying it itself exists? You're saying that truth just doesn't have any ontology?
Yeah, I'm saying it's a property we assign.
How can a property we assign have no ontology?
So what do you mean by ontology?
In the way which exists, where it exists, right?
Your teacup, love.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. It doesn't exist anywhere. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So it doesn't exist in the proposition.
No.
It doesn't
Okay,
exist in
and
a
so
proposition.
any statement
It is something we apply to a proposition.
But it does. Okay, but it doesn't exist in the prop. Okay, but it wouldn't exist in that proposition even if you could apply, right?
Not
You
independently,
contradict
no.
yourself.
No.
No.
No one's talking about independently. That's irrelevant to what I'm saying.
A proposition could be put into a category of truth, but that doesn't mean make the truth real or existent.
So do you not think like truth, laws of logic, these things? You reject my first premise in saying that these things exist.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. And so if you're gonna say they don't exist, what do you mean by exist then?
We just did this.
Can you restate it?
Sure. I mean something that affects reality in a literal causative way.
Oh, okay, in a causative way.
Causative, not conscious.
A causative way. Yeah, I know. And so do you not think that reality is literally dependent on these abstract objects?
Not necessarily, no. I think all causes have to occur within time.
Okay, is time a causative thing?
Not itself, I don't believe. I don't think so. Maybe
These things
about
just-
entropy in some sense. It could be, I suppose. And time itself is just a change over a progression of events.
Right, I'm just having a hard time even conceiving of someone saying that these things aren't real or that reality doesn't abide by these things. And saying it has no causative.
Yeah, we didn't
You
say
said it has
reality
no.
doesn't abide by certain things. We're just saying.
Well,
that
okay, but you said it.
I
they don't
suggest. Have you read?
occur in reality?
Have you read Knowledge, Reality, and Value by Michael Huemer yet? That's Huemer, Huemer. It's a really, really good book. Talks about like the foundations of like building arguments and logic and like kind of a lot of these terms. I think it'd help you out a lot in building your own arguments, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought. Oh, okay. I was about to say. I don't know.
There he goes.
Oh, he left. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, Knowledge, Reality, and Value by Michael Huemer is a really, really good book. I like it a lot. And actually, can I read a quick passage from it real quick, love? There was this one spot about this last guy in particular.
I don't usually encourage reading, but if you really want to.
Fine. One way of characterizing rational beliefs is to say that they are the beliefs that are likely to be true, given the experiences and information available to you at the time. So that's a small thing, but kind of what it made me think of is, and you see it a lot in discussions like these, a rational mind is going to look at all of the data, all of the information, all of the facts, and they're going to try to find the most likely conclusion from all of this. An irrational mind is going to have their conclusion, and they're going to look at all the facts, all the data, all the information, and they're going to try to defend that their conclusion is possible. They're not interested in what's most likely. They're interested in defending what a conclusion that they think is possible is going to be. And that really, I don't know, that's, since I kind of read that, I'm kind of like seeing that so much more in all of these arguments, where it's like the reasonable, rational person is talking about what's most likely to be true given the data, and the other person is just the only thing they really need to defend to keep themselves happy is that it's technically possible for whatever they think, or in their mind, technically possible for whatever they want to be the case.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm gonna, let's see. Are you willing to take on the mission that I gave you?
I guess I'll take it on.
Okay.
All right, we guys.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, you can just stay muted, no degree. I don't want to hear you talk anymore, actually.
As you all know, guys, it is the top of the hour, and we're having a great stream. Guess what we're going to do now is just let Robotgoat take it the fuck away. Did I do it right?
You did do it right. When it's just you and some song that you don't know how to play, fake your way through, strum along, be cool and you're okay, so your fingers get tangled in a pile. Your rhythm is a mess, but nobody sees, 'cause you smile and the world will never guess. Can't let them know, 'cause no one understands your face. Can't show what you're hiding in your hands. Daughter and son, man and wife, fill the photos on these walls. Look at the fun, perfect life of plastic dress-up dolls. Happy house on a quaint suburban street. The sun hangs in the sky, everything framed nice and neat in a lovely little lie. Can't let them know, 'cause no one understands your face. Can't show what you're hiding in your hands. La da da da, la da da, la da 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 da, la da da da, la da da. Look at her, a total train wreck. Let her off this ride. Lift her out from all the pain she tells herself she needs to hide. La da 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 da, la da da da, la da da.
Hell yeah, love. That was great.
And that's our top of the hour. Thank you very much. I promised a little song when we hit 4K and I didn't deliver, so that's me delivering on that promise. I almost hate to go back to talking to people after that, but in no degree I do appreciate that you like waited quietly. So I guess I'll let you get like a little bit of a word in. If you wanna start, I'll give you a couple minutes to just say whatever you want to say.
Beautiful voice.
Thanks. All right, bye.
I love you so much.
I love you too. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in with me to the inaugural RAMSASS, aka Robotgoat's absolutely maniacal substitute for Atheist Sunday School. I have enjoyed very much having you all here. I am going to call it now, but I want you all to get a little snack, get a little rest up, and in 15 minutes you are all going to go join the Bible Guys stream. So if you have not followed Dalton already, what the fuck is wrong with you? Give him a follow, hydrate, get a snack, turn on notifications for Bible Guy, and I will see you over there in 15 minutes. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and don't forget to do some atheisms.